there ain't no stopping us. Fly without a boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I'll be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. Shooting stars.
Didn't even get to cross.
I'm moving too far. Get to glass. Looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad. I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I'd be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast. Didn't even get a glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt. We aren't hating because you aren't. Shining like it's neon. Rock like kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Yeah, shoot, yeah, shoot, yeah, shooting, yeah, shooting, shots. Shooting stars.
Didn't even get to cross.
Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away? Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away?
What's going on, folks? It is Friday Night Live, and we are here. It's me, Will Stewart. We got Radish in the house, as well as Steve Strasburg, or Strasburg Steve, however you want to go. Stelios is playing hooky tonight, and the only person who was available was the guy with a swollen jaw. So I'm here.
What happened?
I had another tooth infection, and
that sucks.
the tooth infection's gone now, but my whole entire lymph node is swollen and my whole jaw, I can barely open my mouth. So
was it painful?
Very. Like I wanted to rip my face off on Tuesday. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. That's awful. I've had that before.
I've spent $8,000 in dental work this year. God bless the United States military for screwing my teeth up. Not that they fixed it, but they screwed it up, and now I have to pay for it. So I'll probably end up spending more money on my teeth than they paid me in the 6 years that I worked for them. But that being said, here nor there. Luckily, it's on this side, so you can't really see it. But so,
Will's wife hit him. Wow.
No, my wife didn't hit me. I don't even think my wife could reach my face. I'm that tall and she's that short. So, but we are here today to talk about the league. and what's going on this weekend in the league and with Tottenham and then everybody else as well. But let's take a look here at the people in the comments. We got Tottenham away. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Hit the join button, become a member as well. You can do that by hitting that join button right next to the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We got 67 people in here, so let's get the likes up. The likes should be at 67 right now. No excuse for anybody watching the show. 75 people now. No excuse for anybody watching the show to not hit that like button. I don't get that. Like, why do people come in and watch a show for an hour and or 2 hours and not hit the like button? It's real easy. You just drop that live chat, hit the like button, and then bring the live chat back up. Come on, guys. It helps send the video out to people that we want to get to watch the show and stuff like that. But we got Eugene is in the house. Big up, Eugene. What's going on, my friend? Levy out. We got Roy's in the house as well as Tony Rodriguez, Adrian Soraka, Ron Vignac. My name is Jeff. Big up, Ron. Mark Swifty's always here. Ryan Isaacs, come on, you Spurs. Who else we got? We got Language Angels as a member. I don't remember. It must be a new member. Or you changed your name.
Probably not.
Big up, Language Angels. I've never seen you before, but big up. We've got Savrog BG. We got Chris Horry, another channel member. William, 3SS Sports Picks. Dunkel Stork. Big up Dunkel Stork. We got Graham in the house. Big up Graham. I always love Graham because Graham's in the comments of every show, and after all of his comments, he puts his name at the end. Like we don't know that it's him, but we appreciate it. It's I love how people got their own little corny quirks like that, and it's great. Yeah. We got Jay Park. Why do I get the feeling that Luton will play low block and it's going to be 90 fugly minutes?
Because it will.
I don't think it's gonna be 90 fugly
They're gonna
minutes.
come out
I mean,
play a little bit though. They are gonna come out a little bit. You got to keep an eye on Giles, Kabore, and Adebayo and Morris can hold up the ball, and they got some good footwork. They can spin, turn. I'm not saying they're gonna beat you, but they have their own things that make.
Well, I mean, everybody who's in the league's in the league for a reason, right? So, everybody's got their things. There's no. Yeah. Easy matches per se in the Premier League, but there are ones that are easier than they are difficult. And this
you have to earn it, rather than just being too arrogant. So
yeah,
you got to earn it, and this is the problem. I think it's a real test for us going forward. I think we've got, all this other stuff. Who's this guy? I thought you were too busy to come on the show tonight.
Still is Peter.
Big up. I've got 45 minutes, so.
Same here.
All righty. So we'll do 45 minutes now. But who else we got in the house that we haven't said hello to already? We got LA, JJ, Alpesh, Phil Peace in the house. Happy Friday, people. Big up. I don't like Will's cap. Start the show again. What do you mean? Like my hat or my cap?
There's nothing wrong with your cap.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, it's the same cap I wear in like every single show that I do. It's my YouTube hat. I wear it when I YouTube. This one and the white one.
I usually have a YouTube hat, but I'm sick of looking at myself in it.
It's my sponsor that I don't get paid to be. Although I did get the clothes for free. So, let's see who else we got. We got Sean. Will, did you say Stella is playing hockey? No, I said hooky. Is that not a phrase in the UK? What do you guys say in the UK when a person pretends to be sick and skips school?
Oh, sicky.
Say sicky. We say hooky. It's weird. Will Stewart Nim. 안녕하세요. 어떻게 지내? I'm good, John. Thanks for asking. Who else we got? Nice grill, Will. Thanks. Bunking off. Is that what you guys say in the UK? Bunking off.
Bunking off. Yeah, that's the one.
So we've got skipping school. Skipping school is when you're not sick, you just don't go, or you just skip class.
Healthy scratch.
Healthy scratch? I've never heard that one before. It must be a young kid's one.
It's an NFL football term, or like an injury, American sports injury term, a healthy scratch. It's when you're out of the team. They just get
Gotcha.
Healthy scratch.
And then, but we say when you pretend to be sick, we say playing hooky.
I never heard of it. Oh, I probably heard of it. I just didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, you're playing hooky.
Fairs.
I'm old though, so I don't know what the new kids say. Then we got a message for Stelios in Greek here. I don't read Greek.
He says, "Yasu Stelio Bozise Olivi Veli ine Banda Malagos." Right. So, hi Stelios, how are you? Our Daniel Levy is always a wanker.
Pulling a sicky, call it hooky skiving in the UK too.
Skiving.
Skiving.
Never heard of
Yeah,
Skyver.
Skiver. Yeah, Skiver is
The Skyver. That's funny.
Yeah, because you know when you bop and weave to avoid being hit or being caught. So we call it in England. We call it ducking and diving. So ducking, diver, skyver.
Combining skiving. Word.
It's Cockney. I think it comes from Cockney slang from duck.
100% has to, but it doesn't make sense at all. Cocky rhyming slang doesn't make sense at all. Ducking and diving doesn't have an S in it at all.
It's not supposed to, just rhymes.
So you can just rhyme anything.
You diver, you skyver.
So if I'm gonna drive far, I could just say I'm going guitar.
No,
it rhymes.
Hey.
In England we call that a mission.
Yeah, I'm going guitar. You know.
So someone says I'm going far, you say, "Oh, that's a mission."
That's a mission.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Or if you say I'm going to Scotland today, which is like a 7-hour drive, you say that's long, but it's the way you say it. You say that's long. It's the way you say it. That's long.
That's long, yeah.
Everywhere's long here in the United States, so we just say, how many hours we're driving.
I mean, New York is like across the block. Like a 4-hour drive don't feel like anything to me, to be honest.
Okay, I've been corrected. Apparently, no skiving comes from the shoe factory trade.
Oh.
There you go. I thought it was from ducking and diving, but there you go. I'm from North London, Enfield, Sean. I'm from Enfield. Enfield, mate. North London.
North London.
So we got a couple games going on this weekend. We got Tottenham versus Luton, which I think, to be honest with you, is the least interesting game of the weekend.
I don't think so.
It's also the first game of the weekend.
I think it's a pretty interesting game because it's like there's always that potential for an upset.
Is there really though?
Yes, of course there is. What are you talking about?
I think there's a far chance. I'd be willing to bet that the odds on Luton are pretty high.
I'm not saying it's likely to happen because then it wouldn't be an upset anymore.
Right. Well, of course, but I don't even think it's a likely upset. It's I bet the odds on it are probably like 20-1 or something like that.
No, actually, it's only plus 500 for Luton to win. So if you put $20 on that, I think that's 100 if Luton won.
Plus 500 is what in odds? I always hate American betting odds. They're so complicated to understand.
I like decimal odds, the European way, where it's like 2.5, because then I just multiply it whatever I'm betting, and then you get it.
That's decimal odds.
I think it's 5-1.
Okay, so all right. Luton Town. If I put $10 on a Luton Town victory and they do it, $10 wins 65, profit of 55.
Yeah, it's 5-1 odds. So it's based on $100 American money line odds. I just like fractional odds. They're so much easier to understand.
decimal. Decimal's the way to go.
I think
Whereas
the English way 10-1, 5-1, 2-1, 7-5.
Yeah, that's fractional.
that shit complicates me. I don't know why. It just don't work. The decimal I like the best. I like.
Why?
The
You
best.
put $1, you get 100. That's 100 to 1. It's just the easiest form there is, right? You bet $2, you get 9 to 2.
For my brain, for whatever reason, it just don't work like that. I don't know.
Well, what's minus 1,000? You don't know what that is, and it's based off of $100. If you bet $100, it's just weird, man.
Yeah, because the fractional's so much easier. Because if it's just 5, and if I put $5, I'll get 25.
Not be funny. It looks a little bit like ratio in maths, like 5-1, 10-1. Just plucking numbers from out of nowhere, really. So.
Yeah, I just like fractional odds. For me, they're just easier. It's all based off a single dollar, right?
Yeah, it's only so if I put $10 on Luton to win, if they win, I get 65. If I put $10 on a Spurs win, I get $14.
Is that all you get? The odds of Luton winning are 5-1. Is that it?
5 to 1. That's it. Yeah.
That's rubbish.
You win.
I would have thought it'd be much higher odds. Luton, because they're bottom of the table. We're second, and that's the best they give.
Oh, they're not bottom. They're 17th.
Yeah,
we're second. That should be at least 12, 13 to 1 minimum.
I don't know. I would have made the odds higher for you guys, but yeah, I'm like that.
No, Luton to win is 6 to 1. It says right now.
I'm on DraftKings, so it's just US.
On odds checker, it's plus 600. So that's on something sports book. It goes anywhere from 550 to 575.
The most
on
likely
places like FanDuel or BetMG, Bet365 is 550.
The most likely correct score is the lowest odds are 2 to 1 to Spurs at 7. So, and then the next one down is 2-0, and then the next most likely is either 1-1 or 1-0 at 8. So
can I just say, right, this game against Luton, I don't buy all this. It's going to be a banana skin. This is going to be a difficult game. Luton are going to make it hard for us low block. I honestly think the way we're playing, we are going to destroy them. Honestly, 5-1. Spurs are going to batter them. Exactly what we did to Burnley, we're going to do to Luton Town, but they're going to score less. I don't see anything other than a convincing ass whooping. I don't get where this fear and this Spursy banana skin nonsense is coming from. I mean, I might be on my own on this. I might be getting cocky, but I don't see how Luton trouble us.
I do.
Explain it to me.
Giles Cabore, service into the box, Adebayo and Morris. And then late runs into the box from Chong and who was the other guy? Marvelous Nakamba, who actually is easy.
How do they get the ball to do this?
How do they get the ball to do this when you don't have it? You won't have 100% possession. It's what you do with the little possession.
Yeah, but we'll have like 75% plus.
No, not 70. Or maybe 70, something like that. 70. I'd probably say 70. Because Luton will try to play. They will try to play because that's what they did. That's what they do for all day games.
Yeah, but if they try to play, then we'll womp them.
I've watched 4 of them, and they've tried
to. If they try and play, Steve,
we'll slaughter.
They're going to get their asses handed on a plate.
In moments,
you know what?
Play.
If you want to put a good bet on for tomorrow's game, Steve, to make a bit of money, put a bet on Son getting a hat trick.
Sure,
I got him as captain for FPL.
So do I.
Exact goals scored winning, and also Luton haven't gotten battered. They got battered the first 2 games, 4-1 and 3-0. The 4-1 they were actually pretty. Away to Brighton, they actually weren't that bad.
3, 4, 5, 6. Their whole team has as many goals as Son.
Well, yeah, I never said that they were gonna win. I'm still taking you guys 2 to 1, but I'm gonna say a late winner for you guys, like 95th minute, something crazy.
If we struggle against Luton, I will be very, very concerned. I'll be very concerned because it means that it's a fallacy what we've been watching the past 6-7 games.
But was it a fallacy against Sheffield United then?
But I wasn't worried, Steve, because we dominated that game. And I knew, even when I saw 12 minutes of extra time, I knew we were going to minimum get a draw. I said to the guy next to me, I said, we ain't losing this.
Right.
So if we play like that against Luton, we will pulverize them. I honestly, I'm very.
I don't
very
think the drop off's that big.
Spurs.
I don't think the drop off's that big.
I think that it was a little bit of a fluke against Sheffield United. But Dunzeldorf wants to know the news on the Son injury. There is no Son injury. Like I tried to tell people this, like all of the channels out there that were spreading this false information that Son was injured. Look, you got to stop believing non-Korean speakers when they're talking about Korean news says. Okay? They don't read Korean. And Google Translate doesn't work in Korean. It's not applicable. So
All right,
just stop. If you guys want to know if Son's injured and there's no reports on English news, just DM me or something. I'll go look. But or DM Goguma or J Park or something like that. You guys need to stop believing Twitter rumors.
I just think that you guys, look, low block. You guys were not, you were dominant against Sheffield.
Yes. I agree with you.
Talent was allocation. So is Sheffield United.
Yeah, but Sheffield United doesn't come out and play ever. And if you said that they'll try to come out and play, if they try to come out to play, it'll be a Burnley result. I'm just saying that's the way it'll be.
They won't play as much as Burnley. They won't play as much as Burnley.
So it'll be 3-1 then.
Do you know what's annoying, right? We play Sheffield United. They low block us. We beat them 2-1. Everyone's like, "Oh, you were lucky." Blah blah. This blah blah.
Not
that.
me.
They do the exact same thing to Man City. Man City get the exact same result, and Man City struggled in that game. And Man City are just like they're amazing. That's the sign of champions. It's like Spurs get measured differently to other clubs because we're Spurs.
Well, I mean, you do get judged differently to treble winners. I get that, but I know what you're trying to say. But I get
it was the same performance. It was the same outcome.
Yeah.
And Steve as well. One thing you have to take into consideration is obviously not just the Sheffield United game. It's not a one-off where we just got a 2-1 win. Like whenever we win or get a positive result, there has to be a but or an asterisk. Like, if that makes sense.
I don't do that though. I know.
I know.
I get it. Some people do, but that's because some people. I'm pretty fair with my insight on other teams because I'm not biased. I just call it for what it is.
Of course, absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, I get it, bro. I get it, 100%. But yeah, no, I think Luton will give it they'll give it a good go. It'll be like a 2-1 late Spurs win. The other thing is too that 12:30 kickoffs. For me, they always throw up some wacky results, or like the game is just weird because they're on whatever it is. I don't know if there's anything behind that, but like just over the years, they've had that game has been very, very upset prone. It seems like Will. So before you get out the 12:30 kickoffs from the time I've been watching, it just seems a lot of
for us. The 12:30 kickoffs are usually the very easy games for some reason.
For you, yeah. I think I remember
we don't ever struggle on the they're boring wins for us.
Right.
Because trust me, from waking up at 7 o'clock to do this watch-alongs, and I want to go back to sleep most of the time.
Yeah.
It was like Bournemouth. We beat them 2-0. I think it was a 7:30 game.
A few years ago, Bournemouth, you beat them like 4-0 at White Hart Lane or something like that. That was a 7:30 kickoff.
Yeah, we don't really struggle with the early kickoffs. It's usually the Champions League teams that struggle with them because they'll have like a late game. You know what I mean? Like travel and this, that, and the other thing. But we're not in that situation. So
yeah,
it's usually a Champions League team who playing against a lower side team. Like on a Saturday, and they played on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right. And they didn't get back until, Wednesday or something like that.
Fairs.
Well, that's not us this season.
I don't
Congratulations,
think
though, Steve, on your 4-1 win to PSG.
Yeah, well done, man. That was brilliant.
Nobody saw that coming.
I thought we were gonna get a 2-1, but I was 4. I was like, wow.
It's gotta be hard to be a Newcastle fan, right? You go lose 2-something, and then you come back and win 8-0, and then you go lose something, and then you come back and win 4-1. It's like
Eddie Howe
it's like
was
a roller
good.
coaster, man.
Yeah. But that's always been Newcastle. Stell will back me up. Like one year in the 90s, we would be challenging.
Well, I don't remember in the entire time that I've been watching football. I don't remember Newcastle pumping anybody 8-0, right? So.
Right. No, but I'm just saying, like, the nature of Newcastle is up, down, like crazy stuff. Derby County got their only win in the worst ever Premier League season against us at Pride Park in like 2007.
When you had Philip Albert, Peter Beardsley, Tito Asprilla, you were a good team, man. You should have won the league. You should have won the league.
Exactly.
But that was the most Spursiest thing ever. What you did.
Exactly. That's what, bro. We're the Northeast Spurs with less trophies. Like, it is what it is. So.
And Steve, the best thing about Wednesday,
I'm the only one that realizes that, I think, in the world.
Geordie Spurs.
Geordie Spurs, yeah. I was gonna say, with Wednesday's game against PSG, like the way I watched that game, like I've seen a Newcastle team that's so together. Like Dan Burn has stepped up to another level. I think Kylian Mbappe must be thinking, what the hell? Like, what? You know, I know he scored, but did he really do anything?
No, he didn't score. Look at Hernandez did. It was that header.
Fair enough. I thought he did, but yeah. Either way, Mbappe must be thinking, "What am I doing? This PSG team, you know, they're struggling this season. They're 5th in the Liga and also called Farmers League, whereas another team in French League managed to beat our rivals on Tuesday night in Asna. So it's not happy camp with PSG. So yeah, well done. That was a brilliant result for Newcastle. I mean, we said to any Newcastle fan, 4 points from Milan at the San Siro and PSG, no one would have believed you. So that was fair play.
I think the Newcastle fans played a big part as well. The atmosphere looked unbelievable, man. I reckon they. Yeah, and back in the day, Newcastle were known for being really good supporters.
Yeah. No, it's just, bro. It's
the PSG Ultras look like they came mean business. They're about to tear down the entire city of Newcastle.
English fans ain't nothing compared to the European or South American or even African, like North Africa or nothing.
I tell you what, did you see Arsenal versus Lens the other day? Lens Arsenal. The Lens atmosphere looked electric.
Man. It's one of the toughest places in France to go. One of the toughest places ever since they got
even by European standards, that looked pretty good, man. That looked really good.
Everyone they got, because all blocks have flags and ultras and just crazy. They're Northeast club, bro. Something about Northeast clubs. They got crazy fans, man.
Yeah, but John George is setting me up here. That's okay. I'm gonna bite. Henry Wright doesn't know the difference between his asshole and a hole in the ground, especially when it comes to Son Heung-min. So. No, Son starts 100,000%. Son's fine. Ange Postecoglou. Look, I can understand maybe saying this Tuesday or Wednesday, but if anybody's saying this today, they're just an idiot, because Ange Postecoglou had a press conference and said everybody's fine. Madison's fine. Son's fine.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier,
everybody's fine.
Son trained this week as well.
Yeah, there was pictures about on him on the Tottenham Hotspur front page all week.
Has he gotten subbed out the past 2 games, right? Son, a bit early. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. I don't know anything, bro. The medical.
Well, there was people saying that he had a little bit of a thigh niggle and stuff like that. So if, but apparently he's 100% now. He said Postecoglou said everybody trained normally today or this week. So.
Henry was the same guy at the start of this season saying bench.
He said sell Son, sell Son, bench
Son. He did a video called Bench Son. I mean, it's so in the mud. You know, if your top goal scorer is fit to play, you play him, right? And if you're 3-0 up and there's 30 minutes to go, you can take him off and then bring on Villiers, because the job's done. Like, I kind of get the opinion of you don't want to do what Arsenal did to Saka and just destroying the guy. But if Son's fit and he comes on, scores 2-3 goals, all right, off you go. Great, thanks. Now we can bring on some young players and let them have a go now. You know? But to not start him and potentially not score and put ourselves under pressure as the game goes on, Win it in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Man City have won so many titles by coming out first 20 minutes and tearing teams to pieces. Then they just chill. Spurs. I want to see Spurs be more like that, not last minute drama, panic stations. You know, Son has to start for me every game. He has to start.
Yeah. If he's healthy to go, then of course, start. Of course. There you go.
Yeah, but I mean, look, you got to play the guy. I mean, who else are we going to play? There's nobody else in our squad who can score half of what he can score. So, I mean, he's only been the best striker in all of England over the month of September. So, why would you not start him? You have to start him.
Yeah, true.
What about on the left wing though? We've got some problems over there on the left wing.
Richarlison.
We've got big problems.
Well, to be honest with you, still, I watched that Liverpool game back. I've watched the highlights several times, and I watched the whole game back again. And I thought, to be honest with you, that out of all of the people that we've had play on that left wing, that Richarlison, while the end product was a bit sketchy, looked the best. I mean, I haven't seen any of our wingers create as many opportunities as Richarlison did against Liverpool.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, he had the assist for the first goal, and then he had a really good cross in the second half.
In the second half, in the first 10 minutes, in the first 10 minutes, he put a ball.
It was
he put a ball straight
cross,
across the
really,
goal. Kulusevski was just like 2 steps behind.
Caught Alex.
Kulusevski actually hesitated. If Kulusevski would have ran when he was supposed to, it would have been 1-0 Tottenham in the first 10 minutes. There were several of those passes. You had Richarlison being off sides.
He hit
you had
the post
Richarlison
as well.
one-on-one with the keeper. You had Richarlison hitting the post.
He hit the post, remember?
Look, I'm telling you, if he can get his act together and can find Son, like, I don't care if he scores or not. If he finds Son 2 or 3 times in a game or puts those kinds of balls across the face of the box that nobody else is putting, Solomon ain't doing it. Look, I'm not a fan of Richarlison, but if he can stop shooting, if Postecoglou can look and be like, look, Richie, don't shoot, just play the balls across the box, we should be fine.
£5 million. Don't
should be fine.
Don't shoot.
Don't
touch the
Dude,
ball
finish the season with 10, 15 assists, man. Do it that way, right? He's got the one-headed goal, you know? I mean,
Richie,
would anybody moan if Richarlison had 1 goal and 15 assists this season? Absolutely not.
No.
No, not really.
I wouldn't moan.
That's his level.
If he gets 5 assists, I'll be okay with that.
Well, hell, he's already got 2.
Hey!
I think Richarlison's
It's a better
best.
65 million spent than Kai Havertz.
The German Mason
that
Mount, by
guy.
the way.
I have it.
So 3 shit players go for 60+ million. Ooh, and one did better than the other. Ooh.
How Arsenal Kai Havertz is. I think Richie, in terms of headers, he's useful.
Yeah.
But we've lost the best people at crossing the ball, so that's kind of nullified that. But
Except Poro.
he doesn't cross enough, Steve. He just doesn't do it enough.
Okay.
I was actually, before I come on this show, I had a conversation with Kuba. Big up Kuba in the chat. We were talking about why Poro doesn't overlap enough in games and get crosses into the box. And I'm going to look out for it tomorrow because he's right. Against Liverpool, there's times when Kulu's got the ball, and rather than inverting it, if he could lay it off for Kulu to make the run on the overlap, it wasn't really happening.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I just think that what I saw watching the game back, and like I said, I'm trying to be as objective as possible. I think he's a waster. I think Richarlison's a waster. I think he's a waste of 65 million. But he wasn't that bad against Liverpool.
Will, you're like squeeze whatever the hell you can out of the line.
No, because I don't have narratives. Everybody thinks I do, but I don't. And when I see something that is, objectively the case, I gotta call it out.
Yeah, that's cool. He
They got cubed.
He had 2 good moments in the game, and for his lowly
You got
standards,
you fraud.
What
What was that? Happy clapper? Leave you in her now. We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the title. We're title challengers.
I'm not leaving in.
Look, we are. Look, I'm telling you right now, we are contenders until we're not. That's just the fact of the matter.
That's fine.
Let me explain this Levy in nonsense, right? This is the analogy Kuva gave me, and I 100% back Kuva's analogy. I'm like a sniper on the roof, aiming at Levy, but I've taken my finger. But in Los Angeles, but I've taken my finger off the trigger. I'm holding the gun, but the finger's off the trigger. That's all it is right now. Okay. So this,
I mean, there's seriously no point. All you do for protesting right now is you're just going to get people pissed off. That's it.
Just like that.
You are not going to convert any fence
Sales
sitters.
Whoa.
Instead of like this, right? Instead of like this, I'm like that. So instead of like this, I'm just like this. Just hands off the trigger.
That's mad. Yeah.
Wait, Will, what protest doesn't piss off people? Isn't that kind of inherent? That protest
No.
piss off people because you're going against something?
You're protesting the owners, but I'm saying you're not going to gain any support, right? It doesn't matter what the situation is, right? Like, say all of a sudden the U.S. government decide to give reparations, and they're going to give $1 billion to every Black Asian person in the United States, right? Black, Asian, brown. Every minority in the United States gets $1 billion. If Black Lives Matter was to go out and protest, people would be like, "What the hell?" Right? They just decided to give us all $1 billion, and you're out there protesting. Like, it's not going to have the effect, right? There needs to be something to moan about, to protest about, to protest, right?
That's fair. Some are more than others, though.
So during the transfer window, if we don't see any movement, boom, protests, right? If whenever there's an opportunity, yeah, there's got to be something to protest. What's there to protest right now? Being undefeated? But you can't handle that all in one window. We signed 9 people.
I agree, Will. Protesting has got to be when the emotion of the masses is right.
100%.
Last season, everyone was hating Levy, everyone was hating Conte, everyone was hating Son and Kane, and well, not Kane, but everyone was just hateful, right? Without even thinking. That's the time to protest. So
just because BLM's not out there protesting right now doesn't mean that they don't still have a right to protest, right? It doesn't mean that they're
there protesting if he could right now.
Huh?
Scott M would be there protesting if he could right now.
Wow.
But Scott M's not happy with Ange.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Which I think is an absolute delusion. I don't get the Ange hate at all. I don't get it. The more I watch this guy, the more I study about this guy's tactics, the more I like him. There's nothing.
Look. Protest our shit squad and shit managers.
I do not get it.
Squad, I agree.
I don't get the rational aspect of it.
Manager, I just.
Oh, okay. Ange, I have to say, did you guys pull this up already? That in his presser, he said he was asked about the VAR thing, and Klopp wanting to replay it, and he's like, he can replay it on FIFA. the best quote ever.
I mean, how can you hate the guy?
He is a likable guy. He's a very likable guy, and he's a good manager.
Apparently not. Scott says it isn't hate. There's just nothing to like about him.
Yeah, but Scott, you have to admit that's a good response.
Look, I mean, even the Fonz came out and said, "Dude, if I send you a signed poster, will you put it on your wall?"
I mean, Scott's entitled to his opinion, but he's living in Cooperland.
Yeah.
What Happy Day Sunday?
Yeah.
That guy. Shut up.
You didn't see that? 100%. So Ange Postecoglou in the press conference last week, when they asked him if he was a Liverpool fan, he's like, "Yeah, when I was a kid, I was a Liverpool fan. I had the posters on the wall." He's like, "I took them." He's like, "I was a Happy Days fan too, and I used to have posters and Fonz on the wall, but I took those down." Then Harry Winkler comes out on Twitter and says, "Ange Postecoglou, no, 100%. Ange Postecoglou
must have contacted him.
Yeah, Ange Postecoglou, if I send you a signed poster, will you put it back up on your wall?" And then Postecoglou comes back today and says, yes, he'll put it up on his.
Steve, do you know who the Fonz is?
No.
Right, growing up in the 90s, he was like the coolest dude. Like, there was nobody more cooler than the Fonz. Like he'd bang his hand on the
shit didn't work.
Music would play.
Yeah, and
he'd click his fingers. He'd go into a bar, he'd click his fingers, and 2 chicks would come on each arm automatically. Like, honestly.
And it wasn't quite from the 90s. The show was on in the 70s, right? But it was replayed in the 90s all the time.
There's some comedy.
When you're old like Stella is, you know, your memory of the time frames completely meshed together. He doesn't know if it's 70, 90s, yesterday, today. He has no concept of time.
Listen, I'm not Mr. Box Office coming on the show yesterday saying I'm from the 90s. I grew up listening to 90s music. Don't even try coming for me. And he just
and also the same guy that calls Haaland the above average John Carew.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild, man.
I think that Ange is a little early still for him for how gassed the media and fans are for him. I still think that it's a little bit early, but I'm way more convinced.
Whoa! Hold on, because we were just talking about earlier. We are talking about Sheffield United, Man City, and you and Man City beat them in an identical way. And people, the media said that Man City performs the champions. Spurs, it's a jammy win. So wait, do the media and do the people hate you or love you? Because they're gassing Ange. I don't get this.
Well, no, but that's the thing, though. So they're underestimating Spurs because Spurs are Spurs, right? But they're gassing up. Of course, they're gassing up.
How does that work?
Have you seen all the media's been like, oh, Ange, he's so charming. Yeah. Oh, Ange is amazing. Oh, Ange is a breath of fresh air in this league. He won the manager of the month last month, the previous month, and he's nominated again last month.
Yeah.
So he's been nominated 2 months in a row. So how do you say that the media, which by the way, on the panel for the Premier League, who is nominating it, that's there are a bunch of pundits on that panel as well. So yes, the panel, those pundits.
That was saying literally a half hour ago.
All right, let's watch this video real quick so I can take it down.
Here you go.
Big Ange, hello from LA. California, congratulations on your win today. Henry Winkler here, aka the Fonz. So if I signed a poster for you right now, would you put it back on your wall? That is the question. Fair dinkum.
That's it. Hey. That's unbelievable.
AKA the France.
Played the Happy Days music in the press conference today.
Yeah, that's why.
Because they started playing the Happy Days music, and everyone started laughing, and Ange was like, "Oh, here we go." And I didn't understand.
So our fans make the song, right? I'm loving Big Ange instead, right? Then the writer of that song comes on and sings it. Then you got Harry Wink. Then he makes an off the cuff comment about the Fonz, and then Henry Winkler comes in and I'm telling you. This has it's got Ted Lasso vibes all over it, dude, and it's freaking me out. It's too weird, dude. I've never seen another manager in football garner this amount of positive vibes.
I know, yeah.
Ever.
Trying to think. There might be one from one of the leagues I follow.
Ranieri, when he was manager at Leicester, had a lot of good vibes.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's
from celebrities.
No, not from celebrities.
That's what I'm talking about. This has gone beyond the media liking him, right? This guy
mainstream.
You think that Henry Winkler watches Tottenham Hotspur? No. Not at all.
Yeah, because you're the same as Crystal Palace, apparently.
And wasn't it Robbie
Robbie Williams?
Robbie
Williams, who did that song that he sang the song as well, with his guitar.
Well, that's his song, right? So that's why he did it. Yeah.
And recorded it and everything. I mean, so it's so extra right now. It's
do you know what though? This has got a counterproductive aspect as well, because this is like Poch, where we're not national. It's not like Poch. The more the media and other fans love Ange, the more we the fans will be hated. We get hated more because he's our manager. Does that make sense?
No. Explain a bit?
Yes.
I'm probably just dumb, so go on.
How can I explain it?
Yeah.
What are you saying? It's jealousy or something?
I think it's I think it's just if I was Big
Fans
Ange,
like
I'd
hate,
just
that's
start.
what they like.
If I was Big
Fans
Ange, I'd
like-
just start name dropping people, like mentioning Deadpool, and just see if if Ryan says, well, hey, well, you can come coach manager, or you can go manager Wrexham after you're done with Tottenham Hotspur, and just start name dropping stuff during press conference to see how many celebrities you can get to come out and say shit.
Like, I'll give you an example. Like now, Liverpool fans, for whatever reason, have just attacked Spurs fans because of this VAR bullshit. They started off all normal, saying, "Oh, this isn't against Spurs, this is against VAR." But then when they started saying shit like replay and you guys should have offered a replay, we're like, no, look at what you've done in the past. It now became this big hate between Spurs and Liverpool fans. But Ange is so loved, yet we're still being hated. It's almost like the more they like him, the more it angers them that they.
Well, because Klopp's going to come off as the bad guy now. Watch, I'm telling you right now. If Ange made that comment, right, he can replay it on FIFA. Watch right now. FC24 is going to put out some kind of ad where Liverpool and Tottenham end up replaying each other. I guarantee it. It's like it's every single press conference that Ange makes some kind of statement.
If there's a good marketing director in there, like yourself, Will, then yeah, they'll do that.
How many name drops has he had at this point? Henry Winkler.
Every single one.
Robbie Williams. I mean, Tom Holland.
Who's next? Like what? Dwayne Johnson or something? I don't know. Maybe Chad Ochocinco.
Can you imagine? Can you smell what the Ange?
John Cena's a Spurs fan.
It's because, but it starts with the media, right? Because the media is, latching onto this and asking the questions of the celebrities, right? Because
I don't know. I didn't see any replays of that comment over and over and over again on like TalkSport or anything like that.
How are they going to know, right? Unless it's been, hyped up by the media. How are they going to respond unless somebody is telling them, whether it's their PR person?
Maybe somebody went on Cameo and paid Henry Winkler like $20 to say it. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's this app you can go on.
Cameo.
You pay $200. And you can get famous people to do stuff. Like I remember there was a birthday I went to, and we all put £20 into the pot. And we raised £200, and we got I think it was Snoop Dogg to do like a 15-minute. Hey, Snoop Dogg, happy birthday! He smoked a little. Then we put that video up on the wall when the guy walked in. So I think someone's paid for him to do it for sure.
Asna Potato, damn, you sound really worried about Newcastle. Another small man city. Hate them. All right, cool.
Is anyone here worried about Luton Town or like?
I think you'll win 2-1 late. That's not because
I think it's going to be more than that. It's going to be 4-0.
That's not because I think you're ass. I just think Luton might up their game because it is Spurs in the building. Like
they didn't up their game against Chelsea. And Chelsea are dog shit.
Chelsea didn't really want to play football, to be fair.
I mean, they won 3-0. Right.
Same. It's just a prediction. I'll probably be wrong about it, but I got the Sheffield one right. So, and I said that you guys would beat Liverpool too. Albeit it was not 4-1, it was 2-1. But I did say y'all would win that.
Oh, we were lucky. 2-1. So
very lucky.
Spurs games pretty accurate lately.
We were very lucky against Liverpool.
I predicted 3-0 for the Luton game, but if we go there and we stink it up, then I'm gonna be like, Ange is a fraud. This is just Spurs.
Long
Spurs
time no see. We got the R9 stand in the house with a shitty grin on his face.
Danny with his freaking Joey Barton, half French, half English accent.
The biggest fraud of business.
Biggest fraud.
Oh no, sorry. English D Mizzy now.
I've just got here and I'm already getting fucking flamed. What is
fake?
What is this, bro? You having a whole stream out to the stream on his football talk. I get in here and I'm getting flamed. What is this, bro?
Getting flamed.
Flamed.
Getting flamed. Flamed.
It's like a fake Justin Timberlake.
Why are you saying bro?
Why am I getting flamed, bro?
Justin Timberlake. Bro, don't you mean mate?
No, you see this?
Justin Timberlake.
It's called hair.
I used to have the same hair as you. Exact same hair. Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Surprised you don't have the
Listen,
Richie, you know.
Dan,
cut.
Dan, I'm still old enough to whoop your ass. That's all that matters.
Mate,
Trevor.
I'm gonna be honest. I've actually missed this, bro. I've actually missed this. I've been out for a while.
What have you been doing?
School.
He's
right?
been on Football Terrace. He's been on all the other channels, isn't he?
Been on Football Terrace all
I
dripped
saw
out
you
with
these
the
glasses
Cartier
on,
copies
with
and
his
the...
chain,
What other channel have I
busting
been
a
on?
drip.
What
Word,
other channel have I
drip.
been on? I mean, what other channel have I been on?
Football Terrace after the Arsenal game, bro. That's what we all saw.
I wasn't on after the Arsenal game.
Of course he was gonna. I remember watching that.
Yeah, you
and
were.
Danny, dude,
After
I'm
the
gonna
Arsenal
defend
game.
Danny. I'm gonna defend Danny right damn now. He literally said during the stream.
Or was it
I've
the
been
Liverpool
doing
game? It was one of those two.
schoolwork,
It was either
not just
Arsenal or
practice.
Liverpool.
I remember
Liverpool.
watching.
I went on
that.
Liverpool. I didn't go on
Liverpool.
Arsenal.
That's right. That's right. Because you said, I remember you saying, I've been doing schoolwork. I've been busy, not doing YouTube, but I had to come on for this, right?
Yeah.
I remember watching. Thank you.
Because I was listening to the stream and this guy, I forgot his name. Hussam, I think his name is. He was talking shit about
Hussam.
Tottenham because
Yeah, that
we
guy's
robbed them.
just chatting rubbish. Ignore him. That guy's waffle.
I love Hussam, but he's
Sam's a
biased.
nice guy.
He's biased as hell.
But he
I
is
love
over the top.
Hussam's my boy. I got his.
Nah, he's
WhatsApp.
a nice guy, but he was talking rubbish. He was like,
Yeah, he
oh,
talks
yeah.
rubbish. Yeah, he's biased.
Like, we robbed Liverpool. Like, bro, come on.
You've been rebranding, huh? D Mizzy.
That was my old YouTube name.
English D Mizzy now. I
That was
shouldn't
my-
call you English Dan.
You know how I
English
got
D
that
Mizzy.
name? You know how I got that name? This is like the stupidest story ever. But I went on Google. I looked up
My
YouTube
glasses
name
on.
generators, and I looked up.
Whoa,
They put your initials, DM, and that's how that name. It was literally a Google YouTube channel name generator. When I was like 7, I made that name. But nah, bro, I miss coming on the streams. What's the topic? What's the topic on right now?
You're just talking about
You.
Premier League.
We're talking about you.
Can we move the topic, bro? Can we actually talk
You're the
about
topic.
football?
We're literally talking about. We're just about to start talking about you. You came on. It was amazing.
Nah,
And I've
Tottenham-
got that same bedazzled Tottenham pendant too.
Oh, but I took out the Tottenham part. Sometimes I wear the Tottenham part. Sometimes I don't. I switch it up a bit.
Yeah. It's from a
How's
UK
the-
company.
How's the mall been? You been spending time
Bro,
at the mall these days?
Like, we might as well just change the name of this channel to Dan Away because that's the only thing we're talking about right now. Can we like actually talk about Tottenham,
Danny
now-
away.
bro?
What, Dan away or D Mizzy away? Which
Mizzy
your
away,
name?
whatever you like, bro.
D Busy. What's his
I'm
name
ready
now?
to read all of your
D-
minds.
D.
Anybody
CZ?
else needing reading glasses as they're getting older?
What is
I,
good?
I lost my glasses. a
I'm
while
happy with my
ago.
glasses.
Oh!
I had to get some reading glasses.
No, can we flame that? Can we flame D Mizzy?
Can
some
we
more?
talk about
I want to
Richarlison?
flame you.
And now he's
Richarlison is crap, bro.
about how he's the next coming
Oh.
of R9.
I
Stop
actually complimented
talking.
Richarlison earlier in the show. If you were watching, maybe that's why you came on. Maybe you heard me.
I came on like I was
Bigging him
watching
up.
for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So okay, what are your thoughts on Richie? Other than
You
he
don't
has
want to know.
Are we
He has
playing
a
him
good
out of
trim.
position this year?
You don't want to know his thoughts on.
What?
Are we playing Richarlison out of position this year?
Don't want to know what it is.
Nah, look, my
Because that's why he was bad last year, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's
we were
why
playing
he
him out of
No,
position.
chill out, bro. Chill. Let me land.
Should we be Should we be?
You haven't
bench-
even taken off yet. How am I supposed to let you land when you're
should
still
we-
on the fucking
should we be
runway?
Should we be benching Sonny
You're like the
for
guy
Richie?
giving the guy with like the signs when the airplane's trying to take off, and you're giving me all the wrong signals, bro. Like, let me take off at least, bro. Nah, for me, Richarlison this season, I think it comes down to a mental issue, right? Richarlison came out literally saying that he's going through some tough times mentally, and I think after the game where he scored and he assisted the last minute goal, I think the next game we should have started him because he was already on a high. But right now I'm on the fence with Richie because I don't think he's good enough to start for Tottenham. I've said that since day one, by the way, for all the people that come at me when Richarlison like misses a shot or something. I said perfect for backup striker when we had Harry Kane. But everybody's coming on me now.
You
I
can
think
do
he is
far
a
better
great-
than Richarlison. You can
But
do
you
far
wanted-
better than Richarlison.
You wanted to bench Sonny for Richie. You wanted to bench Sonny last season for Richie.
I remember
you
this.
serious,
I
man?
remember this.
Okay,
I
so-
remember this.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
And
Son was
then-
like on a run of form that was horrendous.
Okay, and
Bro,
then
14 goals in all competitions to 2.
Wait, and Richie's form was what?
Richie ain't playing the game yet at that time. Richie barely played the game.
Yes, he had.
yeah, you
Rich-
you
no,
wanted
at
to
that point
bench.
when I was saying,
You wanted to
Richie
bench.
ain't.
You wanted to bench Sonny for Richie, and then whenever Richie was playing poorly, on the left, you said, oh, because he's playing out of position. He should be striker. You are mudded, English Dan. Mudded English Dan.
I said it from
I
day one.
despair.
The position I wanted him in at that time was Kane's, because Kane was playing 90 minutes for no reason when we had a backup striker on the bench where he could have come out. Kane was notorious for getting injuries. That's why my reasoning was, so we could take off Kane and bring on Richarlison. In that case, Richarlison is really good. To have Richarlison as a backup striker.
Callum Wilson
let me finish, bro.
is a backup striker to Isak. That is the standard you should be looking for.
Exactly, yeah.
Not
said backup
goddamn
striker, not a starting striker.
Richarlison.
Bro, oh my God. Let me land. I said Richarlison is a very good backup striker.
No, he's not, though.
But he's not.
He's just not a good backup striker.
All right, name me, other than Julian Alvarez, name me a better backup
Callum
striker
Wilson.
in the Premier League.
Any striker who plays in the Prem.
Callum Wilson.
Callum Wilson is not better than Richarlison, bro. Come on.
Yeah, he is.
I'm done.
Nah, this is actually rubbish. Like,
Dan, let me ask you a question. Dan,
you're
let me ask you a
comparing a
question.
guy who struggles to get into the England squad to a guy that starts for Brazil in the national team.
Nketiah.
I was about to say
Jackson.
Nketiah or Richarlison?
Bro, Martial, come on, bro. That guy struggles.
Martial's
without
gone.
getting any injuries.
Vinicius Jr.
Vinicius
Carlos
Jr. plays for Real
Vinicius.
Madrid, and he's not even a striker.
No. I'm talking about the one who plays for
Carlos
Fulham.
Vinicius at Fulham.
That's Carlos Vinicius.
No, they just have two crap strikers, to be honest.
Wait, but hold on. I want to go back to something that
And you're getting rinsed in the
has
comments.
Wilson
said-
is
has
better
said-
than
Hold on. Something that you said just a few minutes ago. Something you said just a few minutes ago when we were hearing you out.
Bamford.
You said, hold on. You were saying that after he scored, this season so far, because yes, you're right, he did score this season, thank God. But after he scored this season, he needed confidence. He should have started the next game. That's what you just said. The next game was the Arsenal game.
Yeah, he should have started. And anyways,
crap.
Oh my
Stop.
God.
Over a guy who scored 6 and 4? Get out of here.
You could have started on the left wing. You could have
the
started on the
Arsenal
left wing.
game.
Brett, we had started a kid who had never played for Tottenham Hotspur before, 20-year-old in North London Derby for
I don't care. Son is just coming off a hat trick.
Are you talking about Udogie? That's because Udogie's a very good player.
No, he's talking about Brennan Johnson.
I'm not talking about Udogie. I'm talking about Brennan Johnson. I'm not talking about Son or Udogie. I'm talking about Brennan Johnson.
Raya had to make 2 really good saves from Johnson's shots.
Because they were like an inch away
And
from the
Son
shot.
scored the
or an
first
inch away from the
brace in a North London derby away since 1993, and only the second time in history.
So hold on.
What?
So you're saying that he should have started in the Arsenal game on the left. That's what you're saying.
Yes, he played very well.
Instead
By
of,
the way,
hold
for
on,
the people
hold
saying
on,
that he played
on
bad
the
against,
left.
wait. For the people saying that he played bad against Liverpool, like go watch golf because that guy was balling on the left.
Average.
Okay, hold on.
He was
So
good.
you're saying, hold on.
He wasn't
was
balling.
balling
He
on the,
was
against
good.
Liverpool. He got the assist for Son's goal.
You guys. You're saying that he should have started the Arsenal game on the left.
Yes,
over
bro.
Brennan Johnson.
Yes, he should have.
Okay, over on the left.
Even though you have said that is out of position for him. And
On
he
the
is not
left,
playing
okay,
well.
but not down the middle. I thought you were saying down the middle for Arsenal.
For Arsenal, he plays for Tottenham.
No, for the Arsenal game.
I know, I'm taking the piss.
I don't know if you're taking the piss. I think you're just.
This is like the Spurs version of Stefan. Do you know that?
How am I the Spurs version of Stefan? Everything I've said so far has been factual. I've not said one thing wrong.
Yes, you have.
Dan's turning into the Tottenham. Dan, I'm gonna tell you right now. Dan is turning into the Tottenham Agao.
Oh, here we go, bro.
Oh, don't do that. Please don't become a gal.
It looks like
a gal.
Yeah,
Right? I could totally see Dan going onto the football terrace and being like, where you at?
Arsenal fans! Where you at? Come outside, Arsenal fans! We're gonna beat you 5-1. You got no chance.
Nothing has changed, bro. Literally,
Totally, I could totally see Dan doing that. I could totally see it when Tottenham for Tottenham away on the Tottenham away matches. You guys are gonna come to our ground and you have no chance.
Fraud.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's bad. Oh, make up your damn mind.
Who's kicking me out?
It's just like
Dan,
Richarlison. He can't make up his damn mind.
Dan, let me
Bro,
ask
it's
you a
not even
question.
me.
Right.
It's somebody else.
ass.
I'm not kicking myself.
1 minute,
out.
guys. Let me ask Dan a question. Right. In January, if we were given the opportunity to sell Richarlison, and with that money we could buy another striker that plays across the front three, like a gift Orban
Do it tomorrow.
or
Jonathan
or
David.
I'll drive him to the airport.
1 second, guys. 1 second. 1 second. Let me land, bro. Let me land. Yeah. So, Dan, would you take that, or would you be like, no, we got to stick it out with Richarlison?
Gift Orban specifically, 100%.
What about Jonathan
Right.
David from Lille?
Well, then
100%.
or that level doesn't have to be Gift Orban. It could be another player.
That's why, I said Santi Jimenez, Jonathan
100%.
David.
Jonathan
100%.
Davis. I would do Jonathan Davis. I rate Jonathan Davis.
Jonathan David, yeah, I like him a lot.
But like, I don't
So
understand
how
why-
can you defend?
100%.
So how?
Balogun, 100%.
So make me understand, right? If you would, how can you defend Richarlison then? If you would just sell him for another player tomorrow?
All I'm saying is that the fan base, when he came out and said that he was struggling, nobody was coming out and saying anything about it. Like, I don't understand
What
why
would he
this fan
say?
base, why this fan base has an agenda against Richarlison is insane.
Well, because he
Genuinely,
plays
I
better.
saw some
You
guy
just
on
said
Twitter-
you'd
I
sell
saw
him
some
for
guy
another
on Twitter-
player.
Wait. I saw some guy on Twitter that got a 3-second clip of like I think it was Mano Solomon like working out in the gym, and then they can see Richarlison in the behind,
That guy's
like,
an
kinda,
idiot
like,
too.
straightening out a string, and then he's like, "Oh, look at Richarlison's attitude, not doing the workout and wasting time." When he was literally trying to like the string was like strangled, and he was trying to unstrangle it. Like literally, the agenda that this fan base has for Richarlison is insane. I understand rivals because I understand why rivals would get angry at Richarlison because he's shit housery and all that. But Tottenham fans, especially after he's come out and said that, and people are going, he's shit. I don't understand it. Genuinely, we should be.
But
backing
just
the player.
because
We
you
should-
have, hold on, just because you have emotional distress doesn't mean you're not bad at football.
Never said that, but he's not bad at football. Clearly,
He is bad at
bad
football.
at football.
But Dan, with
He has
Richarlison,
been bad at football
So-
for
so
the last
Dan-
2 seasons.
He's
So
been
are we
average
not-
at his
He's been bad for Brazil too.
Are we
It'd
not
be
allowed
one
to
thing if he was
criticize
putting
him?
goals away for Brazil, but he's not. He's bad. He's been bad for Brazil as well.
Are we not allowed to
Bro, I
criticize
can't-
him then because he came out and said that he's not right?
I
You
genuinely
got some echo or
cannot hear
something.
what you're saying.
Yeah, you
My
might
phone
want, you might need to drop out and come back in, Dan. You're
You're
getting all
breaking up a
crackly, rackly.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back in. Give me 1 second.
All right, drop out, come back in.
It's like a popcorn machine.
yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Watching. Damn.
I still don't know what his point is that he came on to make.
I was gonna say, with very quickly on Richarlison, guys, is that it's not like we have an agenda against him specifically. We're only basing it on his performances. If it's bad, then we just criticism where it's deserved. Like best example, I've watched the first episode of Beckham's documentary on Netflix. Like, look at the way David Beckham bounced back from adversity. You know, that challenge against Argentina in the World Cup. Like everyone got on his back. You know, but Beckham just shrugged it off and done his thing. So that's how you can have a setback, like overcome it.
No, I don't need to explain myself. Richarlison's just not very good. He's average at his peak. I don't need to say anything more. I hope he gets the mental health stuff fixed
Well,
up.
I was hoping for at least, you know, the output that he did at Everton. Like I wasn't expecting him to come in and be, you know, 15 to 20 goal season striker in the league. I was hoping 10. He can't even do that, dude. Dude can't even break 5. I mean, Lucas Moura was getting 4 or 5 goals a year.
Yep. And it's not, and also when people that I hate when people say it's an agenda just because you don't rate a player that you rate for whatever weird reason. Like that's just such a basic, boring NPC answer. There's no originality, there's no substance, there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
You just
Well,
say it's an agenda. Anyone can say that about anything.
It's a straw man argument.
Okay. The
Yeah.
thing about this, I'll defend him a little bit, is that last season, yes, he was horrible last season. Okay. That was his first season with the club, not in the Premier League, but with the club. Okay. This season, he hasn't been good either, but he has at least already scored. and still early in the season.
Yeah.
So
Scored
could
pretty
get
early in
10
the season
goals.
last year too, by the way.
He scored
could
against
get-
Marseille twice, I believe.
but in the league, okay. So he could get 10 goals this season. I'm not gonna rule it out, okay? It's possible. So we'll just see how it plays out this season.
He'll
He's
score
not
like-
good enough, but we got to see how it plays out this season.
He'll score like 2 goals the rest of the season. No more, no less. 2 more goals.
It
All
is
comps.
possible that he could
All
score
comps.
10, but it's not likely.
All comps. All comps he'll score about 2. No more, no less. 2. That's all he's got.
He had 3 in all comps last year, so.
Ooh! Whoa!
But last season, twice against Marseille, he won at Anfield again in that 4-3 against Liverpool. He done the chicken celebration, and then Jota just scored seconds later. Yeah.
There's another one for Dan because he said, "Who else has good backup?
But the R9 stand is back.
Who else has good backup forwards?
You
How
got
about
the
Liverpool?
YouTube window open in the background or what? Let me check your audio settings.
No, it's not YouTube. The problem was that my phone was on 1%. So I put it to charge
That
now. It
makes
should be
sense.
good.
That makes sense. Yeah, it always fucks around.
You're good.
Yeah. So
Because he's streaming from Richie's house right now.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be on Dan Away again. Thanks for having me on.
Dan, oh my god. All right, we're gonna talk more about the Premier of what we
great-
wasted
great
like
to have you
20 minutes
landing.
of our lives talking about Richarlison. Oh my god.
Can we, one thing before we jump, can everybody that's a Spurs fan and not a Spurs fan, please vote for our Sonny for player of the month?
Oh, they will. Korea's got that down on lock. Anytime he gets nominated, he wins.
Ange also got nominated for manager of the
so
month.
Australia's got
And
fucked,
Big Vic also got nominated for
There's none of those other
save
players that can
of
even
the
have a
month.
shot at that. Nobody else has scored 6 goals in September. Not a single one.
Forget that, bro. Vote for
I'm gonna
Richarlison.
find a stat that Trippier did better than Son at, and then I'm gonna use that as my. I'm gonna
Forget that, bro. Everybody vote for Richarlison, bro. Everybody
I don't
vote
know
for
He's not in the
Richarlison.
nominations, dude. He's not even selected.
Get him nominated.
the fact that Rashford
He needs
has
to do. He
more
needs to do
player
something
of
on the
month-
pitch.
No, hold on. The fact that Rashford has more player of the months than Heung-min is like a travesty.
Was that Chelsea?
Rashford isn't like. You could have 10 Rashfords and that's not one Son. I think
That's just Man United bias.
I think
It's Man
Rashford-
United
No.
bias.
I'll explain to you why
Rashford is
Rashford has
garbage.
A lot of the
more
journalists are Man United fans, dude. A lot of the journalists.
No,
are
It's,
no,
not,
Man
the
it's,
reason
United.
why
it's about
Rashford has more player of
fans
the month-
voting.
The reason why
Rashford-
Rashford has more player of the month is because Rashford goes through little pieces of form where he's actually really good, and then he'll like drop off for like 1 or 2 months, and then he'll come back. I guarantee you, this form is not going to last forever. The Man United putting pressure on him for being selfish, that's not going to last forever. In a few months, I guarantee you, Rashford's going to be back because Rashford goes through that. That's probably why Rashford has more player of the month. I'm not saying Rashford is anywhere near the player that Son is.
so
Son
bad.
is not as clear.
He's so bad, bro.
He's not
Rashford.
bad, bro. He's not bad.
No,
People want
he
to
is
say something
bad.
constant.
He does
Just
not
because
have
he's
a
going through a
football
little bit of bad
brain. He
form. This is
dribbles
the problem
into
with football
dudes.
fans. When they go through a little bit of bad form, everybody starts
No,
saying that they're
I've
crap.
always said
In a few
Rashford
months,
is
everybody will be saying how he's one of the best
player.
wingers in the world. Like we
He's
have
not,
to stay
though.
consistent.
I've never been a
Who are we talking about? Rashford or Richarlison?
Rashford.
Rashford.
But in general, almost every football player gets this. Like when Son was going through bad form, I'm one of the, but I wouldn't never saying you shit like other people. I was saying he's going through bad form, but he's a brilliant player. Football fans have to realize that there's a difference between going through bad form and being a shit player, and that's exactly what Rashford is going through right now. He's going through some confidence issues. The whole fan base is calling him selfish, and that's having a toll on him. As you can see in the Champions League game the other night, where he had a clean one-on-one with the goalkeeper and decided to pass it to Bruno Fernandes. That has to do with the fan base putting pressure on him to being selfish. It's all like at the end of the day, it all.
Man United,
The
there's
fan base made him pass the ball to Bruno.
It's bro. Okay, now you're changing up the words, but it's
well, if he's letting the
I'm
crowd
not. You said the reason he passed the ball to Bruno is because of the fan base.
That's
yeah, 100%. A few months ago when he was scoring
How have I
goals,
changed the words?
because you're making it sound like it's so crazy. Still, come on, you know what you're doing.
It is crazy.
Because
what you
it
said.
is.
It's not crazy.
Why is a professional footballer listening to fans' opinions on
That's
how he
what I
plays
was
the game?
literally
That's
gonna
the
say.
dumbest
It's not
thing.
listening to them, bro, but it has
He's
an
a
effect on
horrible
him.
player then.
Well, if everybody's telling everybody in the world is calling you a terrible person, and then you see some homeless person in the street, it's gonna affect you.
No, it's not. If you're a professional footballer, if you're not like 99% narcissist, then you shouldn't be playing the game, right? Like professional athletes are narcissists.
Well, it has an effect on him, bro. Come on, let's be real.
Why would it have an effect?
You're right. It has an effect on him.
Dan. Let's flip this. Let's go to what Rathish said earlier about Beckham and how he came back from a dip. If Rashford is affected by the fans, if he doesn't pass the ball, takes a shot and scores, he shuts all those fans up.
But that's not running through his head at the moment. People think differently. That's how.
So therefore, he's not that good of a player because he can't overcome an obstacle.
Maybe you could say mentally he's not that good of a player if you want to say that, but he is a good player because he's proven that throughout the years that he is a good player.
I don't think Rashford's bad. I don't think Rashford's bad. I don't think he's a bad player. I just think he's playing at a club that's a mess. Just like I thought Basuma isn't a bad player, and just like I don't think a lot of players at Spurs aren't bad. I just think the past 3 years, like I never thought Son was bad, but he's playing at a club that's a fucking mess.
Yeah, but hear me out, bro. You can't tell me that the fans putting pressure on him for being selfish didn't have an effect on him. And that
then he should not be.
I don't think that's why he passed the ball to Bruno. No.
It had an effect on it. It had an effect.
No, it didn't.
It
might have an argument.
It might have an effect on his performance.
Why? Because he saw Terry's TikTok or something like that? Like, I mean, come on, dude, stop. Like,
what, bro? The whole fan base was saying the same thing, bro. It was going all around.
No, they had people sucking him off. What are you talking about?
Nobody was sucking him off. Everybody was saying that he was a selfish individual that never passed the ball.
Class. He's still this. He's our Mbappe and all this crap. Bro,
I don't know what football Twitter you're on, but I ain't seen anybody calling him or Mbappe.
Oh, you haven't seen anything there,
I want to know why we're talking about Richarlison and Rashford. I couldn't give a shit.
Because we're discussing I
don't even know
who brought it up. It's CQ's fault.
But
I only brought it up because I was saying that it's a travesty that has 3 players of the month versus Son.
Oh yeah,
2.
Hey, it's trash. But that's what you Man United bias. It's
unfortunate, but it's just how it is. It's Man United bias, it's Liverpool bias, Sky and the media,
Yeah. But whatever. I don't know. What are the games this weekend? All right, so we got your game we covered.
Man U Brentford tomorrow.
Yeah, so the games that we got going on tomorrow are we got Luton Spurs for the first game, then we got Burnley Chelsea. It's gonna be an interesting one.
At Burnley.
Yeah,
Turf.
Yeah. Chelsea will probably win that, like, I don't know, 2-1. Like that. Brentford will beat Man United 2-0 easy peasy, to be honest.
Did Burnley beat Luton away last game?
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
I hope Rashford scores.
Yeah, but apparently Luton is like a pub team, so that don't really mean much. Right.
Do you know what the thing with Chelsea is, right? You just don't know because you just don't know if they're going to score goals. You don't know if they don't get the ball in the back of the net, they create a lot.
No, but the confidence is high.
Then it could be a draw.
See you later, Dan.
It could be a draw. Yeah, bye, Dan. Thanks for coming.
Son's been Premier League Player of the Month 3 times.
Damn, that's wild.
For me, every time Chelsea and Man United play, I haven't got a clue what's going to happen. I genuinely don't know because Chelsea create a lot of chances they can't score. Man United, on the other hand, that Hodgson, whatever his name is, he looks like a good player.
He's a good player, yeah.
Right? So he could easily score 2 goals a game, but you don't know if Man United are going to concede 3 or 4 every game as well. So it's like, how do you know? They're the 2 worst teams to predict right now. They're so all over the place.
Them and who else? Another tough team to predict. Probably like West Ham. West Ham are tricky to predict.
West Ham are decent this year, man. They're all right. They've signed some good players.
We got them on Sunday away.
Look, if Chelsea's turn a corner, they'll beat Burnley. If not,
an easy game at all. I respect West Ham. I respect them, bro.
Yeah, they've not lost in 17 European matches now. West Ham. They're doing bits.
Yeah.
Let's go in order before we get, because otherwise we're gonna miss things.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, come on.
So we got Everton, Bournemouth.
Bournemouth 1-0. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth has probably got a good chance. I mean, if Everton just
1-1.
lost to Luton at home, I think Bournemouth will do the dirty.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, score draw. Yeah, 1-1.
Everton always lose to the crap teams at Goodison over the years. Like Southampton beat them last year. Freaking Wolves.
You think Everton's going down this year?
Yes. Yeah.
They won 2 in a row before they lost to Luton. There.
They won a Carabao Cup in a Brentford game. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 in a row. I reckon they'll draw.
And then they lost to Luton at Goodison, which is hilarious because I called it.
Yeah, but then they only lost to Arsenal like 1-0 at that. This is Everton's
Arsenal
a weird bird.
Good.
Arsenal dominated them there.
Then we've got Sheffield United and Fulham.
Yeah.
Give me a Fulham. No, a 0-0.
I think Fulham wins this one 1-0.
Yeah, Fulham. Yeah,
Fulham wins it, and I hope Fulham wins it as well.
0-0. That's a stank. That's a stanky ass game.
Yeah, Fulham to win it.
Both those games, Everton, Bournemouth, Fulham, Sheffield.
That's a 0-0.
Actually, Sunday looks brilliant. Sunday football,
dude.
looks brilliant.
There aren't very good. There aren't many games at all on Saturday that are worth watching. You got United at Brentford, or United
Brentford
at home.
Brentford 2-0.
What? At Old Trafford?
Old Trafford.
Yeah.
No way.
Did Crystal Palace not walk in there and get a clean sheet victory?
Yeah, but that was a bit of a
Man United missed chances, man. I mean,
the thing with Man United is that
Staffy's going to kick your ass. Steve.
I was going to say, guys, like last week, I've said it before and I'll say it again. At Man United, something's not right at that club. There's problems everywhere. I mean, the results have gone against them. Like, if they don't win tomorrow against Brentford, then I think Ten Hag is definitely on thin ice. He could be treading on thin ice. I mean,
yeah, because that's gonna fix everything. They could bring in.
Yeah, because that's the easy. That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah. You got to clean it out all the way out. I'm gonna tell you right now what's the problem is with Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man United. Teams cannot win leagues consistently without world-class players and a world-class manager. You got to have one or the two, right? And to do it consistently, I think you have to have both, right? So either Ten Hag needs to become world-class, but think about it. What world-class player does Man United have right now? What world-class player does Chelsea have right now?
Varane is probably the closest to world.
Yeah, he's past his prime.
Yeah, he's looking dodgy this year, Varane. Can we talk about Onana, please? Right, because this has really wound me up. When Man United signed Onana, a lot of people were gassing it. And I said, is this the same goalkeeper that dropped the ball in the Champions League semi-final for Lucas Moura to pick it up and score? I'm like, this guy's he's a bit suspect. I don't think he's like amazing the way everyone made him out to be. So when he went to Man United, I said, you know what? It'd be interesting to see how he does. I do not remember a player in living memory of high profile to be this horrendous at the start of their career in the Premier League. This guy is a clown.
What about Havertz? Havertz.
No, we knew he was shit, right? We knew he was.
He didn't have like the world class title. Like people were talking about Onana as being like top 3 goalkeepers in the world. You know what I mean, for what he did when he was at Inter Milan.
Right.
There's been a lot of players who have been successful for, especially clubs like Inter Milan, and have gone other places and just tanked.
The thing is, Will, people put Onana on that pedestal.
Oh my God.
People put Onana on that high pedestal because of his performance in the Champions League final. But right now, he reminds me of Bravo at Man City. Like, he's dropping clanger after clanger.
No, he reminds me of Ndombele. Right? Everybody was talking about Ndombele was his next new, Paul Pogba, and he was going to come and boss the league, and then he came here and just ate Chick King all day.
Onana for me, he was a very good goalkeeper at Inter Milan because he had a settled back 3. They were actually a good team. Like that really matters for a goalkeeper. Man United is a bag of shit. Their signings turned to crap. So like, I'm not surprised Onana did. And Højlund will eventually turn to that as well. So,
dude, go to the first game of the season where he's come running up his line and scissor chopped that Wolves guy's head off, and VAR scammingly didn't give a penalty to Wolves,
crazy.
right? That was game 1. He got away with that.
They should do a replay of just that last like 5 to 10
100%
minutes.
replay. 100% replay. Absolutely.
Just that last 5 to 10 minutes.
50 mil, that's not that big of a price tag, to be honest with you.
But like ever
Yeah,
since
that's
that
nothing.
game, every game he plays, he either drops the ball, passes it to the opposition's striker, switches off from the game, and they put one in the net. Like
Yeah,
every
he has
game,
made some good saves though. He has made some good saves.
You know what another goalkeeper was like that? Kepa. You remember when Kepa came into Chelsea? He was supposed to be like the big rage and all that stuff. Like he was the
Kepa
big.
was better. Kepa was better.
Yeah,
No,
Kepa's been.
no. And I watched Athletic Club with Kepa, and I watched Inter with. No, it's not even close. Kepa was good at Athletic Club. I will not deny that. Not on a Champions League final level. Not in a Scudetto winning team. Not on that level.
Scott M. What the fuck?
What kind of comment is that?
He's winding us up, dude. I know Scott's sitting at home just chuckling to himself.
Recognizes game, exactly.
Dude, Giggs were going to smash him. Do you know, like, I have to say, Ten Hag has to take some of this blame, right? Because when you look at Ten Hag, there are players that he has signed, right? Anthony and Onana are both his ex-Ajax players when he was manager. They're his boys. He's brought them in. They've both been a flop. Anthony for 90 million has been an absolute joke. And I rated him. I thought Anthony was a good player. He looked brilliant at Ajax. Honestly, I thought, wow, what a player they've signed. But I don't know what's happened since he's gone to Man United.
It's Man United style. It's toxic.
But Ten Hag, like, let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
Remember when Mourinho came in, everyone was attacking Mourinho. Oh, he's having a bust up with this player, he's having a bust up with that player. And when Conte came in, oh, the players don't like him, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. Since Ten Hag's come in, issue with Ronaldo, issue with Anthony, issue with Sancho, is he not doing the same thing? Or is there a situation where maybe like Spurs, where the hierarchy are becoming friends with the players and making the manager's job impossible? Like we had the player
100%. 100%. And it's been that way at United for a long time. Like I think that, and that's the same problem I think with Onana. I think it really affects your game. Look, dude, think about it. It just even as a parent, when you've got kids that are in class and they're at school and they're acting out, 99% of the time they got problems at home. Yeah. Right? They're getting beat, they're getting hit, they can't eat. There's something going on at home that's causing the behavior, at school, right? It's usually not because the kid is just, a demon, right? Yeah. There's got to be something going on. And I think it's the same thing. I think, and people aren't going to like this, but I don't really care. I think Harry Kane was a part of that problem for us. I think Eric Dyer and that whole crew, I think they're rotten to the core. Yeah. And that rot sets in, that bacteria sets in and it starts to spread and it destroys healthy, good tissue.
I don't think Kane was part of that problem. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I think he wasn't. Because regardless of who the manager was, he still performed. He still kept scoring goals. So except for Nuno. Yeah, except for Nuno.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference.
Everyone else, Stellini, Mason, Conte, Jose, he still performed. Where the other players, they just went to shit.
Yeah, but there's a difference between. But I think what with Kane is I think he is behind the scenes instigator. Look at all the guys that he hung out with in public. Dyer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the bad apples is who you saw him out there going on vacation with in the summertime. You know what I'm saying?
But apparently Harry Kane and Conte and Mourinho have got quite a good relationship.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think he's two-faced. I think he's to Jose's face, big up Gaffer, blah blah blah, and then behind the scenes, he's this little shit face. We ain't winning nothing, blah, blah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think he's a little bit two-faced because it's too big of a coincidence. Too big of a coincidence that the season he leaves, the club feels light as a feather.
Yeah, but we also got rid of and.
We can get rid of nobody.
I need to think about this one.
NWL's been on loan for years, man.
Do you think maybe it's just because Ange is a much more
Well, Dyer's on the outs.
down to earth,
right?
humble?
Dyer ain't even making the bench, and Dyer will be gone soon. But that's what I'm saying.
Do you know something? Like, I was listening to what Ange Postecoglou said in one of his interviews. Like, they said to him, you know, you worked under Puskás, you know, that he's your mentor. What did you learn from him about the game? What's the? If there's one thing that you could share with us that you took away from him, what is it? And Ange's answer to that question was to stay humble, down to earth, and remember we're all human beings. Now he could have talked about tactics, formations, how to play, style. He totally didn't mention anything to do with football. He just talked about being a human and how to be a human. I think Ange actually has a way about him that
absolutely.
other managers we've not had.
Did you not? Somebody correct me. In Cubed, you probably know better than me. Did anybody see Son being like doing like this big thing to Harry Kane goodbye? I didn't see shit.
Nope. Well, okay. Well, I want to say this actually. You know, you're lauding Ange for talking about, it's all about being good human and blah 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 and all this different stuff, and that's what he's looking for in the leadership. All these people, not all these people. They were people though that were talking so much shit about how Son does not have leadership quality. They love Big Ange, but Son shouldn't be captain. Well, if you love Ange and you support Ange and you love all the stuff that he's saying about, good human and, you know, leading by example, then why is Son not someone who should be captain?
Not too many
why
people are
is
saying that
someone
anymore.
does not have leadership skills?
Cube,
not too many people are saying that anymore.
You know, last season when all the toxicity against Son happened, do you know why I stood by?
The season before too.
Last season was the worst though, right? That's when all the YouTubers jumped on it as well. Like, for me, the reason I stood by Sonny wasn't just because I knew he was a good player, but
you're afraid I'd beat you up over it.
I was worried that Will was going to kill me, right? Fuck that. It's because, like, I didn't know whether or not actually this is the end of Son, because it happens to every player. Just that's it. Their time's come. I didn't know whether that was happening or not. The reason I stood by him was because, like, on YouTube, I kept saying to people, it's because he's proven that he's quality. He's done it for 5 years. Don't turn on him now. That's what I was saying on YouTube. But the reason I stood by Sonny is because when we were in the shit, he signed a new contract, a long-term contract. And to me, that said, this guy is loyal to us. We can't turn our back on him. You need people like this. They might not be the best, but fuck me, if they want to be here and fight for you, you got to have them on your team. You need people like that on the front line. And I think this is why he's the captain. I think Ange sees these qualities. I think he sees these qualities.
With him, like, I mean, what Conte described him as a manager's dream. Like, he has gotten along with every manager. He even performed under Nuno. Like, he will support the manager. He will put his best foot forward no matter what the manager is. And it's every single manager that talks about him that way. Every single one has waxed lyrical about him.
So this is some insight that I had. I don't know if people watch this, but Ivan Toney did an interview about 2 years ago. And I thought it was a very flippant statement that he said at the time. But I started to think back on it and do a little, post hoc reasoning, which may or may not be fallacious. But I'm saying there's a good argument that could be made. Harry Kane's extremely selfish, and I don't know if he knew that from playing with him on the England side or doing whatever. But he said he wouldn't go to Tottenham because Harry Kane's there, and that Harry Kane's an extremely selfish player. And he wasn't talking about his play on the pitch. He was talking about as a person, he was a very selfish person. If you think about Harry Kane and you think about the Champions League final and that whole bust up, apparently it was Harry Kane who pushed for that, right? And it was Harry Kane who had in his contract that no matter what player we signed, he had to make more money than them. And you had Harry Kane that didn't play under Nuno because he didn't like him. And what if Harry Kane was a little bit of a rotten egg and he performed well for good big managers, because he was selfish for himself, right?
Well,
Maybe Harry Kane's not as much of a team player as Son is.
I don't know about all this stuff you're saying about Harry Kane. Okay, I'm not saying that it's not true, but I'm like, there's a lot of it is just like it's rumors, right? You're thinking that could be the case.
I'm
but
asking what
there's not. I don't think that there is a lot of evidence to back that up.
There's evidence to back it up. Did he or did
I
he
said
not play?
A lot of evidence.
Did he or did he not force himself into the Champions League final? That's been confirmed. That's not conjecture. That's a fact, right?
That's on
did
the manager.
Did he not drown down tools under Nuno?
That's on the manager and the club.
Fact.
Cubed. I know inside the club that Harry Kane had to play that final for two reasons. One, he demanded it, and two, from a marketing perspective, having Kane in that final was big for Levy and the club. So, but where Will's right as well is, if that was Jose and Jose didn't want Kane to start, Kane isn't starting. And that's probably why Jose lost his job, because he told Levy, I picked the team, not you. So there's a bit of truth in both, I believe.
So it's also why Kane down tools under Nuno. It's also why Kane put those things in his contract. And you would think that if Kane was this lovey-dovey lover guy, when he left the club, there wouldn't have been so much bad blood between him and Levy. The players would have come out and said, given him big ups on Twitter, right? There's many times that you Cubed would see that their Son and Kane, there was something off. Their bromance had some rough patches, right?
Well, the bromance had some rough patches because Kane used to yell at Son all the time. So he would yell at him.
I don't think Son cares if people yells at him. I mean, that's a bit...
No, I'm not saying that Son cared. I'm just saying that that's what I was seeing. That he was yelling at him all the time, and then whenever Son didn't pass him the ball, even if Son ended up scoring.
No, but Son was snubbing him in celebrations.
I think the problem we had was that when Harry Kane wanted to move.
You got a bit loud back road noise. I'm going to mute you till you're ready to go.
When Harry Kane wanted to go to Manchester City, and either Levy blocked it by demanding too high a fee, or Man City refused to pay above a certain price, at the same time, Son signed a new contract.
I can say whatever I want, Sean.
Right. At the same time, Sonny's signing a new contract saying, I'm here for the long term, and Kane wants out. So when Kane never got what he wanted, at that moment, I remember we were doing YouTube, I kept saying, we got to sell him. He's not going to play well next season. And then Nuno came and Harry Kane was awful, right? From that day, Kane decided, I don't want to be at Spurs anymore. He never changed his mind. He knew when there was 1 year left on the contract, he weren't going to sign. He knew he was going to do that in advance, years in advance. The day that we blocked him from going to where he wanted to go, the day Harry Kane made up his mind, I want out of Tottenham, it was a ticking clock until the day came. He was never going to sign for us. Ticking time. And I was saying it. I was saying it for so long, Rathish. I kept saying it on YouTube shows. This guy is not staying now. And I think maybe the Sonny Kane thing became a little bit off because Sonny was committed and Kane had decided he wanted out. I've got nothing against Harry Kane wanting out. If I was Sonny, I would have left as well, to be fair with you. I would have left.
Well, the reason why
this chairman didn't back him.
Well, I want Son to leave because the fan base just abuses him.
The reason why Son and Kane, I felt that that bromance was slipping was because, to my point, he's yelling at Sonny for not passing to him and everything like that. Sonny was the previous season from last season won the Golden Boot, and Kane at the beginning of that season under Nuno was underperforming. Okay. And Sonny was carrying the team during that time. And then he ended up having that season be a Golden Boot season and taking a lot of the limelight off of Kane. So I figured that the next season, which was last season, I knew that Kane was going to come back with a vengeance. And because I do think that Kane, people talk about Kane, being, selfless and all this different stuff. No, I think Kane likes the spotlight. He likes the spotlight. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's not willing to do a long ball assist to Sonny, but he wants the spotlight. And I do think that there was some friction there at the beginning of last season because of the fact that Sonny his star had gotten brighter and he had gotten the Golden Boot the previous season, and Kane was having less attention. And it started to look like Sonny might become the main man. But then Sonny started having form issues. He had injuries. Kane came out firing from the very beginning. And then now, it was like Kane's the main man again. And it's no even question about it. And everybody's piling on to Son. And then after everybody had piled on to Son, by the end of the season, I felt like they were pretty much good again. But that's the thing. Kane has to be the star of the show. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to say all these bad words about, Kane, because I think that he is a professional. I think he is a professional. I think he does perform when, we've had some challenging times. But I do think that he needs to be the star of whatever team he's in. He has to be the main man. And I think that it's important to him to be the main man.
I think they pushed each other as well, Cubed. I think both of them wanting to be the best, but they pushed each other to like being the best strike partnership in Premier League history. I actually think that was quite healthy. I think it was healthy. What was unhealthy was having a player at the club that no longer wanted to be at the club. It doesn't matter who you are. Once you don't want to be part of the team, you've got to get rid of them, because then it just fuels issues.
Look, I don't understand why people in the comments are having like their butts hurt. Harry Kane doesn't play for us anymore, right? I don't know why you guys feel the need to protect him still, right? Look, I'm not saying anything about him playing his abilities as a footballer, right? Harry Kane is a world-class striker, top 5 in his position by far, right? 100%, no doubt about that in my mind. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about him as a person. None of you know Harry Kane. None of you know what he's really like as a person. How many times have you met professionals that look like they're good on the outside, but deep down inside they're horrible people, right? Look, you don't know. And I'm simply using an abductive reasoning technique, right? A Socratic method of breaking down multiple pieces of evidence to put forth a hypothesis, right? That's it, right? Son never said goodbye to Harry Kane. Not on Twitter, not on YouTube, not on Facebook, not on anywhere.
No, he did.
Right?
He said goodbye on
what did he say?
On Instagram. He had a.
I asked you. You said no.
No, I didn't say no. I said
It was
he
on
had a tribute
Instagram.
post.
I saw it.
He had a tribute post on Instagram for Kane when he left. Of course, he has to.
I literally asked you that like 10 minutes ago, and you said no.
Oh, maybe I heard it. Maybe I heard your question differently. No, he did. He did. He didn't have it on Twitter, but that's because Sonny's not really active on Twitter. He has a Twitter, but he's not really active on it. So IG, yeah, he had a tribute post for Kane. There were plenty of tribute posts for Kane. It wasn't like a ton, but there were plenty. There were guys in the squad that wrote like tribute posts for Kane when he left.
Can I say Daniel Levy's so cheeky, right? Harry Kane wasn't allowed to say goodbye to the players. Yet now, when England train at Tottenham, he's allowed to come and say goodbye to the players when we're good. When potentially we might be top of the table going into the international break. Yeah, Harry, you can come and say goodbye now. If we were 8th, right? If we were 8th, do you think he'd let him come? I don't.
So, but hold on. I think that, and I said this like way early, like right when like Kane left, I said that I felt like Kane, when he was saying his goodbyes, I had a feeling like he felt like he was going to come back at some point at the end of his career. Like he wanted to end his career at Tottenham. The way that he kept talking about, he's like, oh, I have to do what's best for my career, but who knows? Maybe I'll come back. Like he kind of was like, maybe this is not the end. I don't want to say goodbye. I just want to say see you later. Like once Levy, after that, months later, right? He's confirmed that there's like some sort of buyback clause or something. Yes, Kane and Levy have the full intention that Kane will come back to finish out his career.
I don't know about that.
That's what he wants.
Would you wait?
Levy confirmed that there's a buyback clause.
Okay, but all right. Here's a more interesting question: would you want that? Don't get back with your exes. That's my thing. That's my thing.
I don't. I don't want that, but I'm sure a lot of our fans would. I mean, our fans wanted Bale back. He came back towards the end of his career. So, I mean, you know, our fans are very sentimental. Our fans wanted Ericsson back.
Just for sentimental cubes, yeah. Ericsson, Bale.
I wanted Ericsson back because we had no number 10.
I didn't
Like,
want Ericsson back.
I wanted him because we it was a disaster in that position. But now we've got Maddison. Yeah, I don't want Ericsson for shit. I mean, Ericsson's having a howler at Man United at the moment. Reguilon's injured, by the way. Surprise, he's out this weekend.
Shocker.
What a
Been
surprise!
injured for a while.
Reggie keeps getting injured.
Man United fans are trying to call us out, saying, can't believe you don't let go of Reggie. Blah, blah, blah. He's injured again. I mean, he's always injured.
And still, that was after one damn game. One game, and Man United came out with their dicks and said, "Ooh, Spurs fans, I thought you want to take regular back." Fucking wrong.
Really? Is that what they said? Hey, Steve, is that exactly how they sounded?
Yeah,
They made it.
verbatim. Effing beta, bro. Honestly, those guys are unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jeff.
I wonder, do you guys think that Steve has something against Man United?
Maybe.
Depends.
So the game tomorrow, the Spurs game tomorrow, I have to wake
We
up
haven't
at
even
4.
gotten through the league.
I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch that game tomorrow.
Yep, I gotta wake up at 7.
Yeah, 7 for me.
I'll be on the watch along at halftime. I'll be back.
Why halftime? Seriously, F you guys.
Because I finished work at exactly.
You guys said
kickoff
Stell
time,
set
and
up
then I
this
need-
whole watch along BS, and then I'm the one that gets stuck with doing every goddamn one of them.
Well, I'll
It's very
come on
funny.
with you. I'll come on with you if you want.
Yeah, come on, dude. Come on. Like, no, it's because I if it was a 3 o'clock kickoff, no problem. I'd be here for the whole thing. But 12:30. I mean, I work on Saturdays. I finish at 12:30. I need half an hour. to get home.
I'll see if I can come on. I'll try to come on. I mean, I'll be
Mari's out of town.
I'll be tired. I'll be exhausted.
I'll come on with
I
you,
have a
Will.
camera.
Send me the link.
You can lie in bed and do it.
No, but what do you guys think about Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest?
I think another 0-0.
Another draw.
Nah.
No,
Nah,
1-0.
Crystal Palace will win. Crystal
Yeah,
Palace.
I
How
think
did
it's
that
gonna
one
be
get the
marginally
NBC game of the day?
Crystal Palace. It'll be like 1-0 or like 2-1 to Crystal Palace.
I just damn hope it's like a 4-3 or something. I don't know. Just give me something good.
And then Sunday is just like an action-packed deal, man. They should have spread those games out a little bit more, I think. But you got Brighton, Liverpool. What are you guys saying?
That's gonna be a good one. I mean,
Liverpool win.
yeah.
Liverpool win all day long.
I don't know. It's away. Brighton haven't been very good.
Liverpool are angry, dude. They're angry, man. They're
So are
gonna win.
Brighton. You don't think Brighton's angry? You don't think Desarby, the little fire pot?
I think Brighton
I
are
love
struggling with midweek games. I think they're now realizing, you know, I said this. I said this is why I'm saying Spurs are going to be in that top 4 this season, because this midweek game is going to, it's eventually going to bite Villa as well. It will come to bite Villa at some point. It's biting Brighton now. Man United, they're all over the place. I think the teams, look at Arsenal midweek, right? Spurs are in a very, very good position for this season. We genuinely are. I know injuries, 2-3 injuries could hurt us, but these other clubs are getting major injuries now, like non-stop. We're losing fringe players. We're not losing our major players yet. We're just losing fringe players. They're losing major players. Partey, Saka, Trossard. Man United have lost Casemiro. Reguilon starts for them. You know, they're losing, you know, starters.
Man City have no KDB, Bernardo.
Stelly
Yeah,
is
Rodri,
a couple of
no
good
Rodri.
results away from happy.
But they haven't had KDB all season, right? So
Yeah.
Yep.
it's not like
Rodri-
it's not like that's a loss, right? When you go out injured in the first game of the season and you have the record
Rodri
that
is
they
the
have.
biggest.
Yeah,
I think Rodri's
Rodri's
the
suspension
biggest.
is the one that's hurt him.
He needed
Yep.
rest though,
Yeah.
Rodri. I think he needed a bit of a rest.
But why are we talking about Man City? I haven't even gone there yet.
What game are we on?
We're going
Brighton.
West Ham, Newcastle, Brighton, Liverpool, West Ham, Newcastle. What do we, I think Brighton? I think Brighton might win. I think Brighton are going to go 2-1.
I'm taking Brighton.
I'm going to piss off just to piss off the Liverpool fans. I think it's karma.
You did this last time. You said Brighton were going to beat Villa, and
Yeah, I'm going to do it again. Brighton are going to win 2-1.
I'll be
no
sensible.
way. At Anfield.
This is
is
not
that-
Anfield. It's
at
in
the Amex
it's at,
still.
it's,
It's in
it's at the
Brighton.
Amex.
Oh right, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
At the Amex, Brighton drew midweek, didn't they? Liverpool won. Liverpool got all their players back from injury.
They
Probably
got
be a
2 suspended
high-scoring
players.
It'll probably be a
Who's
high-scoring game.
suspended?
Jones and Jota. What do you mean? Who's suspended?
Oh yeah.
No, didn't they? Hold on. Didn't actually? I wanted to talk to you all about this on the panel because I saw something like the Premier League had said that the Jota sending off was not he shouldn't have been sent off or something.
No, they actually declined their. No,
No, that was Curtis Jones. They declined to overturn the red card on Jones. But I just read
I don't think they overturned the
yesterday
yellow card on Jota.
about Jota and how they said that they shouldn't have sent off Jota. But I don't know, maybe it's fake news. But I'm trying to confirm with you all because I was confused.
It was some kind of Premier League panel that looked at it.
Yeah, it
and
was a
said
panel.
It wasn't an official. Dude, Liverpool are behaving like the biggest bunch of fucking pussies I've ever seen, man. This club is a joke. This is the shit they did in the 80s, man. They did the same shit in the 80s, and they are such a crybaby club. They are the biggest crybaby club, not just because they've always been like this. Victims FC. They're always the victims, this club.
Still, I was going to say the exact same thing before I was going to ready to jump in. I don't understand why Liverpool gets so much preferential treatment from journalists, from the pundits. They are victim FC. That's all they are. Jurgen Klopp is just a definitive sore loser, crying about, we want to replay the game.
Because a lot of the pundits have played for Liverpool. A lot of the pundits are Liverpool fans. The pundits are pretty much Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United, former players and fans.
Basically.
But
you know what? At least Arsenal, at least those clowns, when they lose the title, eventually they get to a place where they say, "Okay, yeah, we fucking bottled it. We accept it now." All right, it takes them 4 weeks, but they get there in the end. Liverpool will argue this for the next 10 years. They will bring this up for the next 10 years every season. If they lose the league title in 3 years, they'll blame it on the Spurs game 3 years before. I guarantee. That's what they do.
Wow, Stel, defending the Gooners and going railing against Liverpool. You really are turning into a Gooner now.
Did we go to the Gooner game? What about Wolves Aston Villa?
Yeah.
We haven't even.
We're going to win 3-0.
Yet.
We're going to win 3-0. We're going to beat Man City.
What about West Ham Newcastle? What are you doing, Steve?
Oh, wow. It's a tough game. A very, very tough game. I'm thinking a draw, to be real.
You got to win this, though, Steve. If you guys don't beat West Ham right now, they've had a big slump in their form.
Have they?
If you don't beat West Ham right now, I think
they've been good every time I watched them. I watched them play Freiburg yesterday. Excellent performance from them. They're a serious contender for the Europa League, I think. I rate them, bro. And at home they've been doing really well. Albeit it was kind of similar, not similar last year, because we beat them 5-1 away. It was that midweek game. They made 2 or 3 errors, and we converted on both of them. I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be a draw. I'll probably go for 1-1. Because I think they counterattack so effectively. We're gonna have the ball, right? So it plays into their hands to hit on the counter. Jared Bowen is on some. He's a very good player, Bowen. I really like him.
I mean, I guess the 2 games that they lost back to back were Liverpool and City. So
exactly, and we did that, right? So, I think I'll I'm thinking it might be a draw. I'm thinking it might be a draw. Because you know what happens, right? Because it's like everybody thinks, oh, you're at this, you beat Paris Saint-Germain 4-1, and you're just gonna keep on going and going and going. It's like a bit of an anti-climax. So on the one hand, I'm kind of thankful that it's like a more competitive game, that it's not like a Burnley or Luton at home, because then you could really because like going from playing Luton to Paris Saint-Germain is like huge. So I think it'll be a draw, though. I'm not gonna lie. I respect West Ham a lot, bro. I respect them. They got a better squad. They got a better squad overall. So
Yeah.
I think it might be a draw.
Jota is suspended for tomorrow.
Damn.
I
don't know. What are y'all saying about West Ham Newcastle? I think it plays into both teams' hands.
I think Newcastle should. If you guys want to talk about being in a top 4 contender, I think you should be beating them 2-1.
Well, I don't really care about that. I want a trophy, damn it. Top 4 don't mean nothing to me.
I don't know if Wednesday night took a lot out of you.
What trophy are you going to win? You're already out of the cup.
And you're going to run out of steam against West Ham, or if Wednesday night, the buzz of it, you're going to carry it into the West Ham game.
Adrenaline. Yeah.
But you're just like us. All you got left is the FA Cup. I mean, you don't think you're going to win the Champions League, do you?
No, but we could make a run, maybe. I don't think win it, no. Probably
Yeah,
not.
but you said you want a trophy, right? So, I mean, if you want to be in the Champions League again, you got to make top 5, right?
Here's what I want out of Newcastle, and this is just for any of the teams that I like, right? Go with the intention to win every damn game. As long as you do that, cool.
Sure.
That's all I can, right?
I mean, surely you want to continue to play in the Champions League, right?
Of course. Yeah, of course. But like, would I take next year?
But you don't want to finish 8th, right?
If I finish 8th.
8th and no trophy. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean,
no trophy. No, like that would be poor. I want a trophy. We have to break that duck immediately.
So you got the FA Cup, right?
Yeah, 100%, or the League Cup.
Didn't you get knocked out?
The League Cup, they got Man United in a few weeks. Newcastle.
At Old Trafford.
Have you got the squad for all these competitions? Because it's not easy.
So far, I don't know long term. But we're handling
No, I'm talking this season.
We're handling it pretty well so far.
But you've only just started. It's nothing's decided.
Yeah, exactly. It's only the start of the gauntlet.
Yeah.
I think we need a January reinforcement or 2. So not at the moment, no. If we bring in 1 or 2. Injuries also. Got some injuries too that'll come back. Joe Ellington, Willock. Barnes will be a 3-monther. Wilson is doubtful for Sunday, apparently. He might not make it. He might.
But Botman's not playing as well, is he?
Botman is out for past the international break. Like we won against PSG 4-1 with Lascelles and Cher, which was a relegation scrapping partnership. So like I don't think we have the depth just looking at the names.
Not the juggernaut that I said that I told you they're not a juggernaut.
Yeah, PSG's always a bit of a.
They're overrated.
Yeah.
They're just a team of individuals. That's who they are.
No, they're not a team of individuals anymore.
It's a FIFA team.
No, they're not. They're not a team of individuals anymore.
Yeah,
But they're still
the
overrated.
goofballs.
I told you, Steve. They're not the juggernaut
Yeah.
that people think they are.
I thought we were gonna win, but nobody batters PSG 4-1. I'm trying to think. Even when I've been watching Liga, I can only think in 2019 Lille beat them into oblivion 5-1. That was the worst I saw PSG play.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of leagues, a lot of teams in the Champions League that could beat them 5-1. Bayern, City.
Bayern, no chance. Tuchel, are you kidding me? That guy's a fraud.
Dude, do you know what? He's won the
Fraud,
Champions League, though. He's won the Champions League.
Don't care. He can't coach an
You
attack
should.
to save his
You
life.
should. Do you know what? I've watched Bayern this season. I've watched them, and do you know something? The first couple of games I watched them, I thought, what is this? But the more I've watched them, they've grown on me. I think Bayern Munich are a serious force in the Champions League this year.
Yeah, struggling against Copenhagen away is really.
Dude, they got the result. They had the players to bring off the bench when it wasn't going their way to get the result. That's what I'm saying.
Teenagers.
They're fucking good though.
Teenagers.
Whatever,
They're
they can
good.
grind out. They can grind out results. Okay, they got Harry Kane who can score goals
Dude,
out
they've
of
got
nowhere.
Gnabry, they got Kane, they've got that Musalia,
Coman.
they've got what's his name? Who's that? Is that the black dude down the wing, the wing back?
Kingsley
Sane.
Coman.
Coman, Sane, dude, and they got experience. Like what's his name? The veteran up front.
Choupo-Moting.
They've got
Lewandowski.
him as well. No, not Lewandowski. The German guy, tall Muller.
Muller.
They've got experience, and you know what? The one area that I thought, you know what, they're a bit suspect was their goalkeeper, but he's actually looked okay the last couple of games.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
This
Ulreich
is
Jay and
Premier
Ulreich is a
League
horrible
preview,
goal- no,
not
Ulreich is disgusting.
Bundesliga.
Awful goalkeeper.
PSG.
Awful
Well,
goalkeeper. Terrible goalkeeper.
My money this
Sorry.
season. My money this season is on Bayern Munich to win the Champions League. They're my favorites, man.
I'm going with AC Milan still. No,
I don't
Bayern.
care as long as
AC
Arsenal.
Milan.
I just want Arsenal to get knocked out.
You are knocking AC Milan so far out of the Champions, league. You're so far about to knock them out.
You just said PSG's overrated though, so why can't Newcastle and AC Milan advance in the group then? How about that?
That's what I would like to see, but you are currently standing in the way of AC Milan making it through, and you're putting your bets on AC Milan to win the Champions
Yeah, I am
League.
because every single year they grow stronger as a squad. Every single year they get deeper into the Champions League, and you don't always have to be the best team to win the Champions League.
I mean,
You
that's
don't,
true.
but, I
Inter
mean-
Milan got to the final. We got to a final.
Yeah.
It
I
can
know,
happen.
but they're not.
Yeah, but
Chelsea
look who
won
won
the
it.
damn thing.
Yeah, we
Standing in
won't
the
win
way.
it. You won't win
but
it.
Hold on. Look who won it though. The team that
The
won
best
the
team
Premier
always
League
wins
won
it, except for Chelsea.
I
That year
think
that
this
Chelsea
year,
won it
Bayern
under
Munich-
Tuchel from Man City, they weren't the better team. They just spiffed their way through to
They
the
just
final.
got
But
Tuchel tactically outdid Pep in that final. Tuchel
in the
got it
final, he
started in that
did,
final.
but
Yeah,
but
not by
they weren't
playing
the better
physical
team.
football, which is what I want at Bayern.
But the
can't
next
coach
game
the
we
net.
got,
He's useless at coaching an
we can
attack.
talk about this on a Champions League show.
He's
It's a
got
Premier
a
League
flaccid
review
penis
show.
attack. Tuchel.
Yeah,
Flaccid
yeah.
penis attack.
Plastic penis attacks. We got it. Aston Villa versus Wolves.
Aston Villa win.
Yeah, Villa. That's
Aston
you
Villa
never
win.
know. Wolves,
Wolves have gotten some
did-
sneaky results this season,
Wolves,
though.
Wolves won
They're
nothing.
not at home.
Wolves won nothing.
Wolves are at home.
Come on.
Wolves are
Unai
at home.
Emery's going to lose at home to Wolves.
Wolves are at home,
He did last
Stelios.
year. He did
Oh,
last
Wolves
year.
are at home.
Molyneux.
Oh. Okay.
Well, you know what?
When
You
I
know
say
why?
the names, that's the order. When I say Wolves and Aston Villa, that means Wolves are at home.
Wait, but you know why? You know why?
said Aston Villa
will
first.
win?
No, I didn't.
You know, hold on. Wolves, I know, have gotten some sneaky results, but you know why Villa's going to win? Is because Villa will just go and break legs. Okay? Villa will just break some legs in there.
Wolves have
and
gotten
that's
some
what's
sneaky
gonna-
results. Wolves is that team that you just can't sleep on because they just come
Wolves
out and
are
get
hard to
weird
predict.
results, man.
Wolves are hard to predict. Because, who the hell's had them beating Man City? Nobody. So,
Well, I mean, Wolves could come back. Wolves could end up winning 2-1 against Villa or end up losing 6-0 to Villa. Either one is equally possible.
Steve, there was people saying that Man City were looking a bit shaky going into that game. There were people saying Man City look a bit shaky, and because they lost the game before that. They lost the game before that. Or they drew before that, didn't they? Something happened.
A shaky Man City.
Yeah, no,
versus-
but that's it. They lost midweek in the Carabao Cup. That's it. They lost midweek.
To
But
Newcastle.
I think that was the big thing was because Rodri wasn't there, right? And then the other thing is that one of those that's more. I think that's more Man City, capitulating than it is Wolves were so amazing. I mean, City scored an own goal, right? So
You still have to be.
that was what
good,
gave Wolves the win. Was City
You still
scoring
have
an
to
own
be
goal?
good. You still have to be good at something to beat this Man City, though. You still have to be good at something in the game.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
think
just
Villa.
be ass.
Yeah, Villa will
No,
win.
you don't.
by the-
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Spurs beat Man City every year. We haven't been good for 4 years.
You know what you did good that game when you beat him 1-0? You were good at scoring the goal.
But we're shit.
There you go.
Yeah, but he's talking about on the day. You do have to be to win. You do have to be better than the other team on the day.
Well,
Otherwise, you
Man
won't
City
win.
have a
You were
bad day.
crap, but you were
Or Man City needs
you
to have
were
a bad
good
day.
enough in
Hey,
one
that's still you're
single-
still better than them on the day.
were
That's the
good
point,
enough-
right? The
Dude, I watched Man City, right, when Spurs
Yes,
beat them
that too.
2-0, when Harry Winks got Zinchenko
too.
sent off, right? Man City missed every single chance they made, and they missed a penalty. Dude, if Man City have a bad day, anyone can beat them. I don't rate Wolves because they beat Man City. I don't rate.
I don't either, but I don't.
But it's not
rate
the only
Villa.
sneaky
Like,
result that Wolves have had, right? That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I'm going 2-1 Aston Villa.
It's a derby too. It's a derby too. That's the other thing.
2-1 Villa.
Yeah.
Unai Emery.
The Midlands Derby.
Yeah, Villa
I'll
will
go-
find a
I'll
way.
go
I would
1-0
agree with that.
Wolves.
I would agree. Villa will find a way. Watkins in FPL and cash.
I got cash, so hopefully he does that. I don't have walk-ins. And then the piece de resistance, the only game that I'm going to be watching on on Sunday.
Will, can I ask everyone a quick question, right? It's a
What?
very quick question. If you had the choice of going invincible for a season and winning the league, or winning the treble, Champions League, Premier League, and FA Cup, which one's better?
No, the treble.
The treble.
Invincibles.
Like what?
The treble.
No, I'm going invincible.
Trouble.
Treble.
Treble.
How can anyone not say treble?
I'm going to tell you why. Right? Simply
You
from
can
a
draw
banter perspective.
38 games. You can draw 38 games and be invincible.
Yeah, but you said win the league. You said draw. You said and win the league.
Okay, the year Arsenal did it, they drew 11 games.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if we took that from them, they would have nothing on us ever.
No. Forget taking it from them. What's the better achievement? That's my question.
A
What's the
better achievement is the treble all day long. But what I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
that's
what's
fair.
better as a fan, is to steal that from Arsenal and
'Cause
us
I-
to be
I
the ones
think-
to do it.
No, because they've never done the treble. If we take
They've never
that,
done a
the
double.
treble.
There you go.
They have done a double. Arsenal have done. A
Not a European double.
Arsenal don't win European trophies. They're
Exactly, that's my point. We've done a European domestic double.
They've got.
They
they've
haven't.
Got two. Arsenal got two.
No,
European.
Arsenal
They've got
have
a couple
one
of
European trophy.
They got,
No,
they got
two.
two. I think.
The
Two.
fair
Got a
thing is
couple.
not a European trophy. UEFA doesn't recognize it.
Yes,
Sorry.
it is. It's the
No,
precursor
it's not.
to the UEFA Cup, which is the precursor to
the
the
Fairs Cup
Europa
became
League.
the
UEFA doesn't.
Cup.
UEFA doesn't count it. If UEFA doesn't count it, it doesn't count.
They did at the
What
time.
are you
It was a
talking about?
UEFA
UEFA
trophy.
don't count it. It's a
No, it
precursor
wasn't a
to-
UEFA trophy. It was an independent. It was an independent thing. It had
Guys,
nothing to do with
my
UEFA.
My question was Invincibles or treble? It's the treble, right?
Treble all day, every day.
Yeah.
It's not
There's
even.
a treble.
I heard Arsenal fans. I heard Arsenal fans today trying to laugh at Man City fans saying, "But you've never won the Invincibles." And the Man City guy goes, "Look at my T-shirt, treble, mate." And I thought, "Shut up."
Look. This
to win,
whole
to win a treble is like only. Do you know only 4 teams have ever done it? Inter Milan, Man United,
8
Man
teams
City,
have done it.
and Barcelona.
No,
What,
PSV.
treble?
PSV did it in the 80s.
8.
PSV did it in the 80s.
8 teams have done it. Celtic has done it.
Yep, Celtic.
Oh yeah, Celtic. You're right. Yeah.
Some people. I looked this up the other day because I wanted to look to see how many times Celtic have done their domestic treble.
They did it.
But
They did it.
when you're
treble,
talking
treble.
about the European treble, where it's the Champions League and then 2 domestic cups, there's been 8 teams that have done it, and Celtic have done it once.
Is one of them is PSV, Ajax.
To be champions of your country and champions of Europe,
Real
is
Madrid,
fucking-
Barcelona
it's
both
hard.
done it.
That is hard. But to
Real
win a
Madrid have
domestic
never
cup
done
as
a
well,
treble.
Real
They've
Madrid
never
never
done
done a treble.
They've
Bayern?
never done a treble. Real Madrid, no. Nope. They haven't.
I find
Barca
that-
have.
Anyway,
No,
sorry,
not
what was
even
the next
joking,
game?
bro.
Sorry, I just wanted to
Crazy.
ask it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the piece de resistance is you've got Arsenal and City.
2-2.
No.
2-2.
I hope,
2-1,
I
2-1
hope
City.
for a draw. I hope for a draw, but I think City's going to win 3-1.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
No.
Yeah.
Man
Two
City.
Barcelona,
You
Bayern
guys
Munich,
wanted to see
a
Celtic,
draw.
Ajax,
You guys want
PSV,
it to be a draw
United,
because
Inter
you're
Milan,
putting that
City.
Luton. You're putting that Luton Dubinsky. You're smoking that spliff, and you're thinking first place, baby. And so that's why you're speaking the draw to existence.
No. I'm
Stop
saying draw.
waffling.
No, I'm not waffling. I'm saying draw because
Who wants
I
to
think
get Spurs to do a top
Arteta.
table?
I think Arteta's going to start Partey, Rice, and Odegaard in the 3-man midfield, and I think that will overpower what Man City are going to have because they've got injuries. But I also think that no Saka and Martinelli. 1 minute, hear me out. But I also think Arsenal not having Martinelli and Saka means they lack pace up top to really punish Man City. So for me, it's going to balance itself out and it'll be a score draw. That's what I honestly believe.
City's going to waste them.
You're
If
the
Kai
same
Havertz
guy
starts,
that says
1 minute,
fraud
1 minute, dude.
Where are the 2 goals coming from, Stone?
That's what I'm
Dude,
saying.
one second, dude. 1 second. Hold tight. You're not fucking having hissy fits here, right? If Kai Havertz starts, Arsenal will lose 100%. If Kai Havertz starts, it's over. It's Man City's game. But I think Arteta isn't going to start.
So where are the goals coming from?
Jesus.
Gabriel Jesus is going to score 2 goals versus Man City.
No, Odegaard might get one.
You do realize that
This
they're
is
creating less
fraudulent
chances from
style.
open play. Out of all of their goals that they've scored this season, 5 of them are penalties.
Who's better, Wolves or Arsenal?
Huh?
Who's better, Wolves or Arsenal?
Who's better, fraud?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because Wolves put 2 past Man City.
Yeah, one was an
No,
own
they
goal,
didn't. One was an own goal.
and one was a pen.
Okay, Man City might under the pressure fumble one in the net.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's got to be a mistake from City. That's the only way Arsenal's getting a goal.
I
Arsenal cannot
think
create goals themselves this season. That's just a fact.
If Kai Havertz doesn't start, I think Arsenal will get a draw. I don't want them to. I want Man City to destroy them. I want Man City to fucking educate them. But I think Man City is so vulnerable right now. This is the perfect time. And I think Arsenal will start Partey with Rice. I do. I don't think he's going to start Kai Havertz.
I think he'll start Partey, but he'll start him at right back.
That's the other problem.
Nah,
Stel.
Tomiyasu is fit now. Tomiyasu.
It wasn't because Tomiyasu was fit. That's not Ben White was fit when he did it.
Okay, Will, if he starts Partey, if he starts Partey at right back, Arsenal will lose.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Arteta is such a donkey. Ben White was fit. There was no injury, right? And he was playing Partey at right back because he wants him to play inverted. It's like some little midfield yoo-hoo. Look, I'm telling you, Arteta, have you guys ever seen Waterboy, the movie Waterboy?
Yeah.
You know when Coach Klein looks at Coach Red from the other team and he always pisses himself and he has a breakdown? Right? That's the exact way Arteta is with Pep Guardiola. He looks across that pitch and Pep's holding his green notebook and he's like, I can't get my green notebook down, and he just falls apart.
So, the reason why I struggled to pick an Arsenal win is because you just said it yourself.
I never said they're going to win. I never said they're going to win.
You said, no. You said
2-2 draw. 1-1 draw, maybe. 2-2 draw. Arsenal's not scoring 2 goals.
Listen. You said if
City's
Havertz starts, they lose 100%. That's
if Havertz starts, they lose, yeah.
I cannot pick a team where if one player is subbed out, it is a guaranteed loss against Man City. That is because Havertz will start. Saka will start, though.
Then they're fucked. No, Saka don't start. I don't think he'll start.
Saka will definitely start. We've seen this so many times.
He's injured. I think this time he's injured. I think he's proper injured this time.
Yeah, but it don't matter. He'll still play him. He's a dumbass.
Well, then, if you play an injured player...
Why do you call him Fraudteta? Why are you, Stelios, a proud Cypriot man of principle? Why are you...
What the fuck are you talking about? I call him Fraudteta, not because I'm Cypriot and proud. I call him Fraudteta because he came 8th twice, bottled top 4 and bottled the league. He's a fraud. Doesn't mean he can't get a point against City.
Yes, it does. Not with the way you're talking and the way you and Steph go haymakers.
He's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a fraud because he's
frauding you. He's frauding you into believing that they are even capable of getting a point against Man City.
I'm the one that said they wouldn't win the league. I'm the one that said that, dude.
No, I said they wouldn't win the league all the way in October.
I created the name Fraudteta. I created that name.
Okay.
Yeah, I still think he's.
I created Jibo.
And that's the biggest problem with this.
But still, this is the
That's the
problem. This
biggest
is not
damn
Because you're a
Arsenal.
fraud. It doesn't mean in a one-off game you can't get a point from the game.
Look,
Against
still,
Man City?
so hold on. Still, the difference,
Because Man
still, the
City are
difference
weak.
is between last year. Hold on. Last year, that Arsenal team was playing a completely different brand of football team. They were one of the they were creating more chances than Manchester City from open play last year. This year, they're mid-table at best, creating less
But they're
chances from open play than
undefeated.
Everton.
But they're undefeated.
Doesn't matter. They've had freak results.
So
5 penalties. They have 4 times. The next closest person to them is 2. They've had 5 penalties so far in the league this season.
Yeah, but most of those penalties are because they're putting other teams under pressure and they're drawing the fouls.
No, they're
Just
not.
like we got just like we got
Handball in
Liverpool.
the box.
Two Liverpool players got sent off because we kept attacking and they didn't know how to stop us. And they're drawing the fouls.
Two Liverpool people got sent off because the ref was a monkey, right?
No, they were red cards, man. I think they were red cards.
The Jota's second yellow, I think, is debatable. I think it's justified.
The first yellow wasn't a yellow, but he should have. Look, go around the table. I'm saying 2-2. That's my go around the table. I've said my opinion.
Look, I'm telling you right now, it's that's why Arsenal fans themselves. I'm not saying anything Arsenal fans themselves haven't been saying, right? People are saying this is not the same Arsenal as last year. They're not happy with their performances. They're squeaking them out. They're getting results, but the wins aren't convincing. And that's because they're not creating anything from open play. Look, go look it up. I'm not making this up myself, right? The number of chances that they're creating is mid-table. And once the penalties fall off, the wheels are going to fall off. Once they stop getting pens.
What's your prediction?
3-1 City.
What about Rapish and Cube?
I'll go. Yeah, I think Sunday it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, it's self-explanatory for me. I think City will win. But only by the odd goal, so like 2-1, because I know they have ravaged through a lot of injuries, City, but they just find a way. You know, Haaland, people saying he hasn't scored in 2-3 games, but
this is the time he gets a brace.
Yeah. Just to shut these Arsenal fans up because they just
Big up,
give
Steve.
it up.
PSV ain't in the league, my man. And even with those 4 goals against Bournemouth, yes.
Do you know what cracks me up? They beat PSV. They said they're going to smash us at the Emirates. And all of us here were saying, no, you won't. We don't give a shit about that PSV game. We're Tottenham. And what happened? We were right. They were wrong. And they still go on about it. Like, learn your lesson.
I mean,
Arsenal
watch.
fans.
We'll watch the game on
Learn
Sunday.
your
We'll
lesson,
watch the game on Sunday. And if City doesn't beat Arsenal 3-1, I'll say I was wrong. But I guarantee you, they are not
Very
creating
quickly,
anything. The numbers don't lie.
Will,
You won't have a choice but to say you're wrong if that doesn't happen.
I was going to
I
say,
mean,
But if I'm right,
I just
if I'm right, then all of those Arsenal fans out there have to admit that they're shit, that they're overrated,
Yeah.
they're not title contenders, and they'll finish 5th. That's what I want to hear out of every Arsenal fan's mouth.
If Arsenal lose,
No, I don't mean
think-
just lose. 3-1. Get pumped
think
at
if
their own house. 3-1 by Manchester City. You are not title contenders. You are fucking average, and you will finish 5th.
if they get pumped without De Bruyne and Rodri, I think Arsenal fans will start turning on Arteta. That's what I think will happen.
Yeah. I was going to say quickly, have you seen on that Piper? Like, what planet does Turkish live on? He said he would put Ben White over Carl Walker. They do that combined 11 with Big Steve.
They're morons.
Come on, now.
So you already know what I think. I think that Arteta
Kyle
is going
Walker.
to work for Pep, like he
What are
always
Spurs
does.
better than you?
Arteta always works for Pep. He always does it, and so I think that City are going to win 2-0 because, you know, it's like Pep usually, you know, he's like thanks, Arteta, good boy, pat him up on the head, good boy, thank you for the points, for my gimme points every season. You can't out Pep. That's what Arteta is doing. He just crumbles. Like what we were saying, he just crumbles every time he plays Pep.
What's
And
your
if they
prediction?
squeak through with some like weird thing, you know, like this, you know, some offsides goal was called onside or whatever, and they beat Manchester City, I don't want to hear anybody celebrating that. I didn't celebrate the Liverpool win. I said we got lucky. I said, we may have deserved it on karma, but that's the only way that we deserved it, in my opinion. I would have liked to see that game finish out 11v11, but I'm not having it. I'm not having it. If Arsenal end up beating Manchester City tomorrow or on Sunday, then you can say that you're in the talk for top 3, right? You're in the talk for top 3, right? If you lose and you lose badly with no De Bruyne, no Rodri, I'm sorry, you're not even getting top 4. Because there are other teams out there. We're better than you. Liverpool's better than you. And I think that Brighton and Newcastle have been better than you this season.
And Will, you make a brilliant point, because if we objectively speaking, right, if we analyze Arsenal this season, when was the last time you'd say they put in a stellar performance, or at least an 8 out of 10 performance? We're struggling.
PSV.
Right? That's it. PSV.
PSV, a B-Tech Dutch side that are only top of the league because Ajax have completely collapsed as a football club since Ten Hag left. That Dutch league is a shambles. Absolute joke. It's PSV and that's it in that league. But hey, we beat PSV.
Bournemouth.
Don't play like PSV when you come to the Emirates, Tottenham. We played better. We played better.
I'm not being a hypocrite. I literally just said that, Masachino. I can't literally just say I didn't celebrate the win over Liverpool. Right? But you couldn't beat us at your own ground. You couldn't beat a 10-man Fulham at your own ground. You couldn't beat Tottenham at your own ground. You couldn't beat a 10-man Fulham at your own ground. Don't come at us about not being able to beat, 9-man. A 9-man Liverpool's way more difficult than a 10-man Fulham, and we still got 3 points.
Will, Fulham were losing 2-1 when they were down to 10 men. Fulham had to score with 10 men at the Emirates. The amazing atmosphere of the Emirates that scares you. Ooh.
Get out of here.
I do like the fact that Arsenal fans are properly on every show coming for us now, because it means
watch when you play Brighton, bro. What happened when you played Brighton last season? Exactly. Don't come to me. Don't come to me, Mr. Arsenal Gooner, man. Don't come to me. I know what I'm talking about.
Are there any more games? What was Cube's prediction? I know Cube, what was your prediction? I know you said a win.
Okay, I said 2-0 to City.
Arsenal aren't even going to score?
No.
Wow. That would be funny.
That'd be great. I really want to draw, though. No, you won't. Arsenal will not finish above Spurs by 10 points.
10 points.
Arsenal will not even finish above Spurs.
People are crazy, man. Do you know what? I've actually realised that Arsenal fans are the most dysfunctional fan base in the world. Like, do you know what it is with them? They never learn. They never ever learn from their mistakes, right? They still just say stupid things without thinking about, rather than saying, I hope we finish above you. 10 points. It's like you've already set yourself up for a major fail here. Like they do it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, one Arsenal fan, not gonna name that person. He went on TikToks when they scored against Lens. That guy said, "Arsenal gonna do the quadruple." Why?
Maybe that means 4 losses in a row. So Lens, Man City. Who have they got after Man City? Seville away. Seville. That's
Seville
3.
twice, home and away.
Who have they got after Seville? Home and away. Right, there you go. 4 in a row. Lens, City.
Look,
Seville.
I'm telling you right now, Arsenal are the B-Tech Leicester, because they couldn't even win the league in their one season that they had a run. They are B-Tech Leicester. Leicester won an FA Cup and they won the league, right? Arsenal are that team. They are a B-Tech Leicester. Last year was a fluke. A fluke. Right? You have Granit Xhaka, who had been dog shit for 6 years, had the season of his life. Without that Xhaka season, they don't get second. Fact.
And Will, last season they spent 93% top of the table, 247 days to be precise, and West Ham had won more trophies than Arsenal last year. And Man United have won more silverware than them.
Went out in both cups in the first round that they played in.
Dude, Arteta got bitch slapped by Olympiacos.
Got knocked out of the Europa League by the team we knocked out of the Champions League.
Greek kebab cooks. But Ange Postecoglou is so overrated, he'll be found out. It took Ange
See,
6
Sal, this
games.
is why I want that invincible, right? Because whenever you start talking about anything, it's we were invincible in 2004.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Who cares?
Nobody
Talk to me
cares.
about now. Spurs
I
were
was
the
a
first
virgin
team
in
to do
2000.
Spurs were the first team to do the double. We invented the double. Spurs were the first team to win a European trophy. We put Britain on the map. Should we go back to those days as well? Of course not. We live in the present. Listen, Ange is he's so overrated. It took him 6 games to school Arteta in his backyard, and Arteta spent 4 years there learning.
Yeah.
They will never learn. Arsenal fans will never, ever, ever learn. They're cocky, man. They're cocky fans. But I will say there's a lot of deluded Spurs fans as well. You know, people that say dumb shit like, you know, give Eric Dyer a chance and Richarlison will come good. Like Dan, THFC Dan, he's deluded, man. I love him.
Especially on the Richarlison thing.
It's every fan base, to be fair, that has some deluded.
There's some people that say we're going to win the league or something like that too, and those guys are dumb.
No, that's Stelly. We're gonna win the league. That's Stelly.
No,
I've never said we're going to win the league. When did I say that?
I want Arsenal to get a draw really bad tomorrow. I really do. I'm rooting for you guys on Sunday. Just don't see it happening. I don't see the world in which it happens that they get a result against City.
I just hope Spurs get through December. I think December's a tough period for us. That's the only. I'm not worried about October. I'm not worried about November. December's the one I'm worried about. Just get to January.
It's when our first loss is coming. I don't think we'll beat Man City this year. I think we'll lose both fixtures against Man City this year.
Yeah, because we're going to go toe-to-toe with them. It doesn't work. We can't go toe-to-toe.
I mean, I
We're
worry
already
about,
above you, Izzy.
I worry about when, you know, AFCON comes around.
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah,
you know, Asian Cup as well. Yeah. We're gonna have some people out. It's gonna be
but the fixture list, other than Man United, which at the time looked like a tough one, but right now is not looking so difficult.
No, Asian Cup is happening during the North London Derby, I think.
No, North London Derby's in April, May.
Oh no, sorry. Liverpool, the next Liverpool game.
There's a Man United game. There's a Liverpool game.
Yeah, Liverpool. Yeah.
Liverpool is on the.
If we don't have Son,
Son is not going to be there for the Liverpool game.
Just give them the point. Just give them the fucking point. Just give Liverpool. Listen, you know,
Brentford.
Whatever happens at Anfield, it's all going to go wrong for us. You know already.
No, it's United. It's not Liverpool.
We might have a chance then.
He's not going to be gone for like 3 games.
But it's Brentford. There's an international break from the 13th to the 30th of January. We play Brentford when we come back, and then we play Everton. The next game on the 10th of February is Brighton, but it should be done by then. It's for 3 games. And it's Man United was the one, but it's Man United away.
Every week we get more and more Arsenal fans in our chat. They are so fucking worried, man. They are. Do you know? I don't go.
You don't
to
have
any
a single
Arsenal
world-class
chat.
player. Come back with a world-class player, and then we can talk about players, bro.
Arsenal don't have world-class players.
I know they don't have a single one.
Arsenal don't have one single world-class player. Odegaard failed to show up
or a
against
world-class
Tottenham.
manager. That's why they're overrated. You can't call yourself title contenders until you get some world-class in your squad.
There's none.
Sean Links. I know. I'm just banting Stell. Okay, I'm just making fun of Stelly. Okay.
My fan base is strong, Q. Be careful what you say, dude. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Don't talk about Harry Kane.
Oh, all the Stellyites are gonna come for me.
Stellites.
The Stellites.
Stellyites sounds a bit soft.
You gotta watch out for Will's Rangers though. They will come after you.
Oh no, that sounds better. Will's Rangers. No, the Stell's squad. No, that sounds a bit. Do you know? Can I say there's this YouTuber who's amazing, right? He's a Man United fan, and he just does watch-alongs. He's fucking nuts. He's called the Flying Pig, and he's got the Man United badge.
I watched that. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's
Dude,
funny, man.
Check out the Flying Pig, right? And all his followers, he calls them the Bacon Brigade. Dude, he's the best YouTuber.
Funny.
He's the best YouTuber when things go wrong, like when Galatasaray scored the second and third goal. Dude, just watch him. I don't understand how this guy isn't like a phenomenon. He's brilliant, man. Check out the Flying Pig. Just go watch. He's wicked. Flying Pig.
Roy Park says the stalactites.
Stalactites. Sounds like clothing you wear, like stalactites.
In the cave, the stalactites. That's it. That's all we've got. Any last words?
Yeah, we're going to destroy Luton, and we're going to be top of the league Saturday night, and all the Gooners can cry again. Enjoy.
Yeah, good luck, Arsenal. I hope you guys get a point because we'll still be. We're going to at least beat Luton by a larger goal difference than you're going to beat the New Hood ever even dream of beating City by. So, I hope Arsenal get a result. That means we're top of the league. But it's not going to happen.
My final words, guys. I mean,
Not the way you're playing.
Thanks for having me on this podcast. Final words: professional performance needed against Luton. We should get the job done, and let's hope Man City put Arsenal in their place.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be fun just to banter them, but I'd rather hope that a draw happens. But
If Man City beat Arsenal, I want to see Izzy Wizzy, Moss Chino, which was popular in the 80s. I want to see Zafaguna. I want to see TJ
Boy.
Warren, Connor, Stefan. I want to see all of your stinky asses on this show on Monday. Don't you dare hide again, because you hid last time. I want to see all
Well,
of
to be
you.
fair, okay, TJ and Connor all said they're going to lose.
TJ and Connor, actually, TJ, Connor, and Stefan, they did show up after the Arsenal game. Okay, I'll take it back.
And they did
Izzy,
say, and they did say
Moschino,
they're going to
and
lose
Zaffa.
against Man City. TJ and Connor did say that they're going to lose against Man City.
Now, Stefan's predicted a win.
Yeah, but
Izzy
TJ
Wizzy-
and Connor haven't. TJ and Connor have been like, we're going to get battered.
Dude, Connor looks so depressed when he talks about the
I
game.
know. I was like, why are you so? He was like, I'm gonna be in the pub drinking. I was like, the game hasn't even
this is the perfect chant for people with an IQ of 10.
Arsenal. Dude, who's Mia? Like, is one of you guys called Mia or something?
No. Why? It's cubed. It's not Mia. You goof nut. This is like the third show in a row. You keep saying that.
It's because there's so few.
Mia doesn't come on this channel.
There's so few females in the community that they just assume that anytime
All faceless women look alike. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Big up lads, man.
Big up Minerals.
Big up lads, man. Big up all you generals, man. And big up all
Minerals.
the chat.
Izzy Wizzy has gone from we're going to finish 10 points ahead of you to we might lose.
No, it's not Mia, Angelo.
No, Mia is
Seriously.
she has a British accent, and she shares opinions that are actually I love Mia, but she shares opinions that are very different from mine.
I can't go on a show with Mia.
She's another wrong one, man. We don't accept
Well,
wrong
you know what? I really like, Mia is a very nice person to me and everything, but she is a Levy inner. So
Yeah. She's a brown envelope.
Right. Cubed. It's not Levy inner. It's either a Levy sympathizer or a Levy vaccine taker. You got to pick.
Yeah, see, it's not very smart to start calling sorry goofball with a hat when I have the band hammer, right?
Well, bro, I bet this Angelo guy hasn't got the minerals to say that face to face to you.
Yeah, well, I mean nobody does. We'll just put him in a little timeout just to show, just to flex the band hammer. He's not banned.
Okay.
He's just in
You know
timeout.
what? Since Minerals is on, there's something I wanna call out since Minerals is on. big up Minerals. You were the only one that, even on TJ's Arsenal channel, you were the only one that was predicting a Tottenham win for the Spurs Liverpool game.
Yeah, man.
So he predicted the score exactly. He predicted a 2-1 win for Spurs.
Yeah, and also said that Spurs would have been kind of lucky, the juju and the buzz. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you know what? Minerals was spot on, and the only one on an Arsenal channel willing to call for a Spurs win. So big up Minerals for being a truth teller, for being a real one.
I had to say that sadly. I don't like.
So you're gonna beat City tomorrow, Minerals?
We'll play them on Sunday, Will. No,
or Sunday, sorry.
We're gonna beat them, man. You know what I mean? We just.
So you went from being reasonable to just jumping off a cliff.
Yeah, I was like, for 1 second, I was like, you're a truth teller, you're a real one, and then you say stuff like that.
I'm not allowed to say anything good about Arsenal.
No, you can. I just think that it's just the logic is jumping off a cliff. I don't see how you guys look at yourself this season and think you're anywhere near Manchester City's level. I don't see it.
Man City can do that to anyone. But to be fair,
not us.
Okay, not Spurs, because you have their number. But I think we'll nick it like 1-0 something. You know, hope Haaland misses sitters. So
has City ever played a game this season and hasn't scored? I don't think that's happened. You're gonna have to score 2 goals to beat them, man.
Do you know what? I know Haaland scored like 7,000 goals last year. But I don't rate him like as everyone else does. I think he knows how to finish for sure. He does what a striker's supposed to do, which is to score.
He's clinical, dude.
No, exactly. He does his job. But as a footballer, someone who has a good touch that takes on a player.
Stop being a Twitter virgin still, man.
I don't know what you said, but okay.
A Twitter virgin.
It is because
stop being a Twitter virgin.
Like I test players and FIFA merchants. That's what I mean.
Dude, watch him play. Just watch him play. Technically, I don't
care. He puts the goal back in the net more than anybody.
Exactly.
Just listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. As a striker, someone that has to score, he does his job. Right, he does his job. That's his job.
That's all that matters.
But when I look at players like Son and Kane, they're more than just people that score goals. They're footballers. I look at Haaland. I don't see a footballer. I think he's overhyped. I'm being honest. Listen, I'd love Haaland.
He's definitely not overhyped. Right? I see a number of goals that he scored in both this. I mean, he's already 8 goals in.
He's not Messi. He's not Ronaldo. He's not Ronaldinho. He's not a special player. He's not.
Doesn't have to be. He just puts the ball in the back of the net.
You're right, but I think.
But I don't think people have been saying that Haaland is this amazing all-around footballer. They've been calling him
the Terminator.
a goal
robot.
That's what they've been calling him. They say that he's a goal-scoring robot, which he is. Many people, have been even saying last, season when Kane was, still in the league, they were like, Kane is a better all-around footballer than Haaland.
Yeah,
it's not comparable. And they're like, when you're talking about striker who's a better footballer, it's absolutely Kane. And then, but if you just want, goal scoring robot, it's Haaland. So I don't even think that that's like that outrageous.
I think half the goals,
he's a great all around footballer.
Half the goals he scores, he bullies his way. He bullies his way to half. He bullies his way.
He may bully him, but I'm gonna tell you right now, he finishes more often than Kane does. That's just a fact.
He finishes more than Kane. Kane's finishing is shocking for my liking, bro.
I watch Haaland, and I'm not. Wow,
we're ending the show, Elias.
Wow. It does help.
Not Elias.
Because we've been going on for 2.5 hours. Literally, we were just doing outros.
I just woke up and I was like, oh, okay, the show's going like that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And good night.
Good morning and goodbye.
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about
We're about to say goodbye.
Still,
Saying goodbye.
and still is being a fraud. He's being a FIFA merchant. Just saying Haaland's not a footballer.
By the way,
If
what
you're
is
not
a
a footballer,
Twitter
you've never
merchant?
been a professional footballer, bro. Where's
He's
the
not
coaching?
for me, he's not a special footballer. I watch Haaland. I'm
Pep
not. Well.
Guardiola it thinks he's great. Coach
No,
Stone
Pep Guardiola needs no. Aguero is better than Haaland.
Better footballer, but he's not a better goal scorer.
Better footballer.
I think Aguero brings more. He's better.
I'm telling you
I'd
right now,
rather watch
Haaland
Aguero.
Haaland will break Shearer's record before Kane does.
Bro,
well, yeah, because
Haaland's
Kane's
gonna
not in the
break it,
Premier
bro.
League anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how fast Haaland will do it.
Haaland's gonna do it, bro. Bro, still, bro. You've been exposed, bro. Those saying that is not.
How have I been exposed? What are you talking about? If Haaland was playing for any other team in the Premier League, he doesn't get half.
I bet he does. I think you're wrong.
He does, bro.
No, he doesn't.
He scores for Dortmund,
No, he
bro.
doesn't.
He
He doesn't score those goals. He doesn't score that many goals at Spurs, Arsenal. No, maybe Liverpool because they create a lot. But
At Arsenal, last season he would have. At Liverpool he would. At Brighton he would.
I think
Chelsea
Harry Kane
he
does.
would.
No, I don't. I think Harry Kane would do well at any club. I don't think Haaland would do well at any club. I don't.
So hold on.
What's that
I will
logic,
say
bro?
this about Haaland. I think that Haaland, I don't know if he scores as many goals if he's at, a mid-table, bottom-table team. I don't think he scores as many goals as he does at Man City. But will he score goals? Yes. And will it be up there? Yes, because he is a robot goal scorer. I already said it. As an all-around footballer, I don't think
No, he doesn't,
as
Sean.
good as an all-around footballer, but he is absolutely the cream of the crop finisher that you can get. Who does, I agree with you, Stel, rely heavily on his physicality.
It's not true, Sean. Sorry. I know
He
you love
does-
Harry Kane,
he
but it's not
does.
true.
He does.
true, bro. We'll have the-
He does
the
rely on his physicality and his pace as well for that, but he is a clinical, finisher.
By the way, guys, what are they talking about in the chat? Like such a all over the place chat.
Don't worry about it. You just saw 3 letters and you're freaking out. Don't worry about it. Anyway, guys,
By the way, that's not me. I want to clarify that.
we're out of here. And we will be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time. What time is it in England?
7 p.m. for me.
No, it's not. I said in England.
England will be
5,
12
1
p.m. 12 p.m.
12:30.
12:30 p.m. Yeah.
So the show will be live at 12
At
lunchtime, noon time in the UK for the watch along.
4
Tottenham.
a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Make sure you tune in as Ange Postecoglou sends minerals back to the woods, a long way from Starbucks.
Back to
where
the
he belongs.
woods. Good luck to Minerals on Sunday. I'm rooting for Arsenal on Sunday so that we can be top of the league.
I want it to be a draw.
When did you guys? People didn't hear that Ange Postecoglou took in a straight up shot at Arsenal in his press conference because they said if you win tomorrow you could go top of the league, and he's like, yeah, for 24 hours, which is a straight up shot. Arsenal ain't winning. And because if Arsenal win, we're still top of the league because we're above Arsenal.
Big up Swifty.
And yeah, so
Big up Swifty.
Big up Ange, and that's it. We're out of here. Peace to your mama.
Go Wrexham.
Stay strong. Stay Spurs. We'll see you guys next time.
We're out of here, bitches.
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.